Hey, welcome,
Hello.
welcome to DALI TALK and Excited Utterance Dual Stream.
Hello.
How
We
is
have
everything?
pineapples.
Yes, we do. Upside down pineapple. Or no, right side up.
They're the right side up. They're just the wrong colour. They match the colour scheme.
Oh, very nice. I like that. So yeah, we are doing the rest of today. We got like 2 hours, I think. It's kind of nice. It's annoying there's a delay, but it's kind of nice
Mm,
that
it's
we
nice.
just
It's
cuts out the commercials and
relaxing.
everything.
Mm.
So Monday or Friday and Monday, there's no court. So we likely won't have a feed again until Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, we'll do other stuff. We'll do Jensen.
Yeah. There we go. Um,
Jensen.
so we'll wait for a few more
Been too
people.
long since
I
Jensen.
know. Missed the little guy.
Miss the little guy. Not really little.
Well,
Well, we'll see when we get the
yeah.
FOIA requests come through.
Stop scratching. Abu, stop scratching the floor. Thank you. Sorry. Yes, we are live.
We are so live.
Let's see now. Okay. So we're just waiting for some people to pop in, and then we'll go ahead and start it. We ended direct of the actress of Negotiable Affections, and we're going to be starting cross. Hey, Luna dear.
Hello, Luna. Hello, composer, reindeer. Eris, you are just a darling.
Aw.
So great. Been here waiting and getting links ready. Distant. Hi. Making Law Simple. Look, he's changed his name to
I
Making Law
know.
Simple.
Fancy.
That's so fancy. Fancy. Sorry, I haven't put your logo up yet, even though I made it. Yeah, I'll get onto that.
Spicy.
Spicy. Okay. So even though I sleep through most of the day proceedings, I have been trying to catch up on some of the testimony, and it has been juicy. It's been good. This is a good trial.
Yes. There's
Just
a lot
saying.
of fun.
Fun and games. Let's go, shall we?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start.
Yeah.
I can find
Jamie's got a lash appointment, by the way. So
yeah, unfortunately.
she'll be in a bit later.
Hopefully.
But lashes come first.
Of course. And then hopefully Mo will pop in.
She might. You never know. Who might turn up?
I'll let her know we are live.
She's lurking. She knows.
Is she? Okay. And then, and if you guys can pop up both streams.
Please.
Oh, no, I did not, Eris. I'll have to check that out.
Oh, you forgive me, David? Thank you.
What were we going to do?
Fast group. You want to know what the backstory is, do you?
Yeah.
Off you go.
Woman, model, and sex therapist dated a guy in 2012 because I censored it, Brandon. Dated a woman in 2012. He got creepy and possessive, and she got a restraining order and dumped him. After a while, he stopped talking to her. And then in 2020, and then she dated Drew Carey and was engaged to him. They broke up. So that's why we're going to have a lot of Price is Right references. And then in 2020, she ran into him at a porn expo award show with red carpets and everything, as one does. And he broke down, started screaming at her, "You ruined my life, B." And Brandon. He started curling up in the fetal position at the porn expo, as one does. It's usually one of the women there, but with daddy issues, but no. So this guy starts sobbing hysterically, snot coming out of his nose. She calms him down, but she's freaked out. And then she kind of ignores his texts, and he unalives her one night later. Really charming guy.
I know we don't know that. That's allegedly.
Allegedly did it. She could have hopped off the balcony herself. We don't
What's
know.
happened to you, Stal? What's happened to your presumption of innocence?
I know. I'm sorry.
Dear me. Come on now.
I'm embarrassed.
Oh, look, she could have hopped off there herself.
Yes.
It could have been an accident. That's actually
Their defense.
where I'm going right now. And I think that might be, hopefully that's the
I think it was
defense.
Drew Carey, frankly.
Well, it could have been Drew Carey.
She was acrobatic.
She was acrobatic and a dancer. Yes. Hello, Jess. And the other thing that could have happened is it could have been the roommate, and that I always like to speculate that it could be the roommate.
Yes. Because he was weird.
Well, look, weird is maybe. I blame the comedians roasting him.
Yeah, because it happened like right, just wasn't it like days after this? He did it. So he kind of, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, look, who knows? But it could be a lot of people. Like, just because I know that she was scared of him and all this kind of stuff, but also, who's to say that it couldn't have been a lot of people who were jealous of her, or that it couldn't have been an accident, or Drew Carey, or the roommate. Lots of things could have happened.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, that's right. It was on the 17th. The award show was on the 17th. 20th of the first. I don't understand your American ways of writing the dates. They don't make any sense to me.
Huh. No, it's normal.
No, it's not normal. It's not normal. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Hello, Brandon. Brandon,
Okay,
whatever
well,
you like
she
to call
said
yourself
yes,
these
but
days.
Was it something to the effect of those words?
I saw Brandon change his name twice in about 2 minutes yesterday.
Detective Carranza and Masterson interviewed you on the 28th of October in 2021. Do you remember that?
The footage of him is pretty damning.
I was interviewed, yes.
And that was a recorded interview.
Yeah.
Oh, and I did discover her porn name.
Melissa Jane.
And I sent her a text message asking if she wants an interview.
Who?
The porn star here. I found her number.
Well, maybe she can speak. Her
in
mouth
that
is still
interview,
able
the
to
detectives
enunciate
asked you,
words.
what was the first thing you heard Mr. Pursehouse say? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And you responded that you heard him say, "Funny seeing you here."
Sorry.
What?
I was just saying I'm surprised she can speak, because I was like, her mouth like would be so disfigured.
Yeah. I think she got here. I think she came to court after work.
Testified that you heard Mr. Pursehouse say,
She came
"You
to
fucking
court
ruined my
after
life."
work.
Yes, she came to court after work.
Crazy.
Something to the effect of.
Okay, well, she said
Thank
yes.
you, Brandon.
Was it something to the effect of those words?
I was wondering how you do that, Brandon. Like, because they only let you do it every 14 days.
Interviewed you on the 28th of October.
Yeah, her hair looks very
2021.
post-coital.
Do you remember that?
I
Does
don't
it?
recall the exact.
Yeah.
It's not doing too badly.
I was interviewed, yes.
Hey, Lefty.
Lefty.
And that was a recorded interview.
Yeah.
In that interview,
You like that,
detectives
did you,
asked you, what was the first thing you heard Mr. Pursehouse say? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And you responded that you heard him say, "Funny seeing you here."
Yeah.
And you mentioned to the detectives that you and one of the detectives had a phone call prior to that interview. Do you remember that?
They called me to set up an interview.
Well, in the interview, you specifically referenced this phone call that you had with the detective. Do you remember that?
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you, Melissa Jane.
You
Please
brought it
like and
up
sub
and
to
you
her.
told the detectives that in that phone call, the detective had asked you about hearing this specific phrase, ruining his life or something like that.
Yes.
And so in this phone call, the detectives told you, hey, Mr. Pursehouse said this phrase. Do you remember hearing it?
Yes.
And you
You've gotta start
specifically
somewhere,
told
Brandon.
the detectives in your interview that you did not remember those exact words.
Oh yeah, we need to get the prices right thing.
Is that correct?
Hey, Dirk.
And check me out. I'm
Yes.
scoring all the best mods on YouTube. Look at me.
Oh,
It was
I just
the
scored
detective
GNXO.
who told you
nice.
in the phone call that
Check
Mr.
me out.
Pursehouse had said, you ruined my life.
It's just like,
Discuss examination.
yeah.
Is it correct that the
I
detective
saw
is
her
the one
and I
that
nabbed
made
her.
that statement to you over the phone?
I believe so.
And
See what I mean about her hair?
you specifically
It's
told them in the interview
Pretty
that
like,
you hadn't heard
Messy?
those exact words, but that you had heard
Like
something
color.
along the lines of
Oh,
jealous.
there's that too.
Uh,
Kind
He
of
was expressing
looks like a
jealousy. Do
tarantula,
you
kind
remember
of.
that?
Yes.
it looks like the
That-
color of semen.
He was there shooting an adult film event.
Like it would just like,
Like she just
blend
filmed a
in.
scene
and
with a
he
guy who
had
drank
he was
bleach. And
upset
yeah.
that she was there, right?
Yes.
Because previously she
Her
had
good
had a
one,
problem
Sal.
with that industry,
It seemed like it.
and so now she's here, and so that was the reason that he was explaining to Ms. Harwick why he was upset.
technically for
This
speculation.
is the sting.
Like a bad game of Plinko.
Did you hear him make specific statements to the effect of, why are you here if you had such a problem with it?
Something on the lines.
On direct, you testified that Ms. Harwick tried to walk away and Mr. Pursehouse followed.
Yes.
And when you spoke to the detectives in the interview, in the recorded interview, isn't it true that you were not actually sure about that point? Whether he followed her?
I definitely knew that he followed her.
Would it refresh your recollection to look at the transcript of your interview?
Oh, Lefty.
Objection, she doesn't
I
need to
see
remember
you.
the question.
Yeah, she said she stated that
Almost didn't. When I saw her
you
pictures
do
of
remember
her
that,
in
is that correct?
I
her
remember
profession,
her leaving and him
I
following.
almost didn't recognize her
And then going
without
near
the
the bathroom.
additional 10 layers of makeup.
Looking at page 10, line 26 of the transcript,
Yeah, David was simping for her.
isn't it true that you said,
Why?
I
don't
think
know.
they just
Although her
well,
voice turned
she
him off.
walked away, and
She's
I
appalling
I think he
looking.
followed.
Sorry.
I'm not sure.
Objection is taken.
I mean, maybe just stick with the brown hair.
Oh,
Isn't
Or
it
touch up
true
your
that
roots
that is
before
what
you go to
told
court?
The detectives during your interview on the 28th
Hey, Kim.
of October 2021.
Kim, hey.
I definitely saw them walk away and they went near the bathroom.
Objection non-responsive.
that's her answer.
I'm sure she
The
can,
question is,
David.
did you say
But do you
to
want
the
her to?
detectives during your interview that she walked away and I think he followed? I'm not sure.
Objection, he just asked the question.
Well, correct, and she's answered it.
Well,
That's the way she answered it. Are you disagreeing that you make that statement to the officers?
I'm sorry?
Do you disagree with what he just stated? Did you make that statement to the detectives that interviewed you?
Yes.
Repeat the statement.
and then I think they just,
is.
well, she walked away and I
Wow.
think he followed. I'm not sure.
And look at her matching little purse.
I know for sure that
Oh,
followed
and we're
her.
at the trial for
That's
Pursehouse.
not inconsistent, you followed her.
The question relates to her statement to the detectives.
Right, so did you make that statement to the detectives? That you followed her?
I
Casey.
thought I did.
Okay.
My question only relates to not what your memory is today, but what you told the detectives when you were interviewed back in 2021.
But that is her memory today. That's what she recalls telling you.
Susie?
Is that correct?
Yes.
This really does look like an elderly Hitler. Not him.
So I just want to make sure I understand
The
the
judge.
timeline.
He's far nicer than Hitler.
You
I
are
gotta
with
say.
Mr. Chavez and Miss Harwick.
Maybe
online
Hitler never
to
died
get to
at the end
red
of World
carpet,
War
right?
II
In
and just
London.
like moved to LA and became a judge.
And
Okay. So
Your-
it
Well, for
became
South
far
America.
more
reason that the
fair-minded.
line exists
Yeah.
is to take pictures on the red carpet,
Oh,
right?
Yes.
you felt
And Mr.
bad.
Chavez leaves to get drinks, right?
Yes.
And how much time passes between Mr. Chavez leaving and Mr. Pursehouse approaching?
Within 3 minutes or so.
My water heater's been
Hello,
sitting.
Elaine.
And then there's
my
the
kitchen
2 to
for
3
6
minute
months.
interaction between Mr. Pursehouse and Miss Harwick.
Something like that. Me and her were just having very, very small talk. I just met her.
Oh,
I mean,
Came
once
up.
Mr.
Oh,
Pursehouse
is she still on?
arrives,
Yeah,
then
we just
the
started
interaction
cross.
between the two of them.
Oh, okay.
They leave the line. It's
Hello.
about 2 to 3 minutes.
Hello.
Very, very fast. Couple minutes.
Couple minutes. And you hear some of the things that were said.
how are you, Mo?
It's her nose job.
Oh,
I just
What is-
noticed.
I just can't get past her hair. I'm a terrible person.
know.
I
It's-
can't.
No, you're right. I was talking about it before.
Yeah.
I feel like my mom, and I feel totally judgmental, and I feel terrible about it because
No,
I never
it's
want to
fine.
be my mom. But holy crap, it's like you knew you had trial, and you took time to do your hair and have your beautiful purse, which I'm sure costs like $3,000.
Yeah,
So
it probably
could you
cost
have
a couple
just-
movies.
Could you just have done your damned hair?
Touch up your
'cause-
roots a bit, sweetie.
No, I think that is having done her hair. I
Well,
think
what I'm
that's
saying
it.
is those extensions probably cost what they're probably like real human hair or something. I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
I can't believe that they bought extensions though, because look at the
in her
the
defense,
growth,
she just got in from
right?
work.
look, I
Look
don't.
at that. It's grown out. That looks like it's been bleached to within a millimeter of falling out.
Oh,
Also,
right? Like,
ma'am, you
it's
can
about to
afford purple
crunch out.
shampoo. Purple shampoo is at Walmart for $4.
Yeah,
It really
needs
is.
toning. Like that is her hair is about to snap off.
I just,
Like
it just seems like you went through the whole thing to be all put together. I mean, you don't wear a stupid t-shirt like I already do. You know, you have the fun, I don't even know what kind of bag, quilted bag that looks like the thing. Your hair just looks, again,
you do have
Smexy.
people in the industry that can help you, sweetie.
you would
Yeah,
think.
do
Well, I
they
don't know
not
if that's
have makeup
included in
artists
contract.
They
on?
do.
They do have makeup artists on those videos,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, mostly you're stuck in like wash machines and stuff, but your stepbrother
Yeah.
eventually has to see your face, right?
Yeah.
Harris. Nice.
Sorry.
That-
I had
that-
to,
Okay.
you sent me that article and it got me big old mad. I had to take it
Oh,
out on
yeah.
everyone.
Oh, the
Okay,
sex
David, what?
therapist.
Oh my gosh. She had the most terrible take on everything. So I had to explain life to her.
Oh, yeah. I sent Mo an article about a sex therapist that sleeps with her clients to save their marriage.
Oh dear. Right. What's
Okay.
going on?
She does it with the wife's consent. So that's not,
Yeah. And sometimes
that's not
with
the
wife.
problem. The problem was that she's dumb as hell. Okay.
And she's not even licensed.
Well, again, if you pay to go to this woman, you're also stupid. But she's like, well, women are so mean if they don't want to sleep with their husbands. It's just mean to the husbands. And I'm like, ma'am, if you have never been married or even in the zip code of married and you don't have what is called a husband and or children, STFU, okay?
Mm.
Because let me explain to you. What happens is that wife brain and mom brain cannot inhabit the same body. So if you would like wife brain to enter the chat, then you need to get your ass up and do dad husband stuff, and then maybe wife brain will enter the chat. Okay,
Or
ma'am.
compliment the wife or do something
Yeah.
for her, be nice to her,
Just
engage her.
Yeah, like, I just don't understand why women stop having sex. I'm
Meanwhile,
like,
the
well,
guy's
I don't
sitting there.
understand why you put tennis balls
David.
on your chest, but we all have different questions that we have to ask.
Okay. David, I
That was
don't know
all
what you're
hateful.
talking about. Are we talking about, are you voice
Oh,
to
Dr.
texting again?
Muffins. Yeah, Dr. Muffins.
Okay. No, I disagree with you, David. I don't care. Right? No one would have even liked her if her hair wasn't like sexy, and that hair's
Yeah,
not
no,
sexy.
if this was on Dr. Muffins, I would have been like, "Ma'am, you are a professional. Why do you
Well,
not
she's
own
a
a hair?"
professional too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bobby Baloney, you have to check out my latest video of it says, "I'm the therapist. I'm here to sleep with your husband." It's marked safe, not safe for work, and rant. I'm going to have to get a rant whistle button, but yes, it's a.
Anyways,
I was not
Okay, maybe
kind
we
at
should move
all.
on.
Yeah, sorry.
no, it's fine.
You were looking
Check
at
it
your
out,
phone.
guys.
I was just in line. I wasn't necessarily looking at my phone.
That
The only
voice.
time I really looked at my phone was
I know, I forgot it was this bad.
when I was trying to contact Hernando.
Get her voice out.
When
voice
Mr.
across.
Chavez does walk back up to the line, Ms. Harwick and Mr. Pursehouse weren't there anymore, right?
Correct?
They'd
Check
already
private
left.
chat, EU.
Yes.
Check private chat.
And so the part of the conversation and the phrase that you have testified to that you heard, Mr. Chavez was not there when you heard that phrase.
He was not there when he heard the phrase.
You told Mr. Chavez the general area they had gone,
Yes.
and he stayed with you in line.
I already finished the red carpet, so I no longer needed to be in line. I was just standing there with her to keep her company while he went to go get us drinks.
Right, but I'm asking, when Mr. Chavez comes back and you tell him where Ms. Harwick and Mr. Pursehouse went,
Mm-hmm.
then Mr. Chavez stayed with you. And
No.
Specifically, when Mr. Chavez returned from the bar, you didn't like run over towards him as he was coming to you, did you?
No.
At some point, well after the XBiz award event, Mr. Chavez contacted you and informed you that Ms. Harwick had passed away.
Yes.
And he told you that you should contact the police.
He asked if I could.
He said it was important that you tell them what you heard.
Yes.
And you did contact the detectives.
Yes.
And you had that phone call that we talked about before.
Yes.
And in that phone call, the detectives asked you what you remembered and what you heard about what happened in the event.
I told them the gist of it.
The detectives told you that there was this phrase at issue, whether he said, "You ruined my life, bitch."
Objection, ask the answer.
It's the same. Let's not go over that issue again.
Let's not
To your
go
knowledge,
over
that phone
that
call
again.
was not
I love
recorded.
this judge.
He's very good.
To my knowledge, I don't remember.
This judge is my
Um,
level of done on some
Prior
days.
to your testimony
He
today, the
is.
prosecution sent you, or the detective sent you, a transcript of your
Right.
interview from 2021.
Yes.
And you recently spoke to DA, the district attorneys, about this case, right?
Yes.
And you spoke to them about what you remembered from that night.
Yes.
When was this conversation?
Today? Is that what you're asking?
No, prior to today's testimony.
Oh,
Did you have a
God.
conversation with Mr. Avila or Ms. Mariano?
Don't ask her
Think about
long
it.
questions.
Your recollections and, what happened that night.
I just remember asking them, or they basically asked me to come to trial, but I don't remember really talking about everything except for when they initially recorded everything.
Nothing.
He's not
Just
quite as
doesn't yell
amusing
as
as me.
Yes, ma'am.
He doesn't like yell as much, but
Ms.
he
Jameson, you were asked several questions by Mr. Franzel about this phone call you had with detectives prior to coming in for an interview. So just to be clear, you you physically went to a police station and gave an interview. Is that correct?
Yes, they came to Henderson, Nevada, where I was residing at the time, and I met with them at the local police station in Henderson.
But prior to physically meeting with law enforcement, you actually had a phone call with a detective. Is that correct?
I think so.
Or somebody from a member of law enforcement.
Yes, to schedule up the interview.
And was that an interview or some sort of logistical phone call?
Logistics.
Was that to set up this meeting in Henderson to take a statement from you?
Yes, because I believe they were all in Los Angeles, and I told them that I was living in Henderson, so they said they would come up to me.
Would it be fair to say that your recollection of the night and what you told detectives is captured in your interview at the police station in Nevada?
Yes.
And prior to today, you had an opportunity to actually listen and watch that interview. Is that correct?
I listened to it. I didn't watch it.
I'm sorry. You actually listened to it, the
I
audio.
listened to it. Correct.
Now, when Mr. Franzel, that's defense counsel over here, asked you some questions, he asked you about this statement that you heard the defendant.
Okay, so Waifu Karan was very nice to send me a chart, like the whole timeline and everything. But I just noticed on here, he was arrested, posted bond, and then they changed. So, and then his 2 million bail, so he had to pay 200,000 on bond. They then arrest him 24 hours later on the special circumstances charges. So he can't get bond. So he wasted $200,000 for nothing.
I mean, I shouldn't. I mean, that shouldn't be funny.
It's really shitty, but yeah. Anyways, I just
Didn't say something to the effect of "you ruined my life." You recall that?
Yes.
We talked about it on direct examination as well.
Yes.
Now, I think the gist of the question, and you appeared confused. So I'm going to ask you again. Did
You appear confused.
All right, that part would be stricken. You go ahead and ask her again.
Sure. Did you appear? Were you confused by Mr. Frenzel's question when he asked you that?
Yes.
Okay. So, as a point of clarity, you appear confused by Mr. Frenzel's question. So let me ask you in a different way. Was that statement fed to you by detectives?
No.
Do you independently recollect hearing the defendant say something to the effect of "you ruined my life"?
Yes.
Thank you. Nothing further.
The phone call
oh
with
God, sir.
the detective or law enforcement member that occurred prior to your interview in Henderson. It's your testimony
gripping
today
his
that
flashlight.
that phone call was purely logistical,
Yes.
and that there were no questions about what happened at the X's Awards.
No.
Okay, I have in my hand what I'd like to mark as an MC. It's a CD, which is an excerpt.
I have in my hand
interview with Mr.
the keys to a new car.
Transcript.
My goodness, this is going to be so terrible.
My baby, either fish for one moment.
Is this going to her statement regarding what she characterizes as logistical?
The logistics of
Yeah,
invading
conversation.
Poland.
And may we approach?
All right.
Oh, he was not happy. God damn it.
He's like, no, I've already told you no. How many? One more again. Why are we doing this? Are we done yet?
He's going to be sending them to the Russian front soon.
Yeah, this judge is like, if we're not done in 5 minutes, none of you are getting Frosties. Not a one of you.
All right, Counsel.
Hey, greedy bloke.
Prior to that little break we just took, you had just testified that the conversation you had with the detective before the interview was purely logistical.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean.
What do you mean by logistical?
Setting up where we're gonna meet, because I was in Henderson, they were in LA, and basically they were coming to Henderson, and asked me to meet them at the local.
We are so
Henderson
mature. None of us
police
took
station
the
that was
bait on
near
that
my
one.
house.
Okay, you didn't speak
The
during
what?
that initial call. You didn't speak about the case
He
at all.
had a
other than just
long
setting up the
pause
meeting.
after coming, and
honestly
none of us took the bait
don't
on that
recall.
one.
Okay.
I didn't
were
even
She
notice.
said she does not recall, counsel.
Well, okay,
Don't
I
have
was
to
so mature.
coach, refresh her memory at this point. She said she doesn't recall. But it's different now. Do you have a transcript?
Is this like your first day in court, sir?
Well, it's not
Oh my
Show her the
God.
transcript first.
I
Yeah,
gotta
show her
open
the
my
transcript.
okay.
not his. I mean, she doesn't seem to recall
Would
a
it
lot.
refresh your recollection to listen to the interview?
You can do it either way.
I can read it.
Right. Oh, she said she can read it.
She can.
All right.
Okay, Your Honor. may
Well, I mean,
please
there aren't there
You
in
are.
theory
the prosecution's
scripts for
playing
those
an ample
videos?
role here.
Wow.
In
All
theory.
right. He's free to recollect, have a witness's recollection refreshed by any means.
Wait,
And
you
if you're
can't
going to play that
smoke
excerpt, then
while
go
the
ahead.
court is in session
Give her the transcript to follow along.
or reading newspapers.
Yes.
Lord,
How
don't
old is
make
this
her read. She's
courtroom?
gonna stressed out.
Next witness is Rebecca Jollock.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy is like so unprepared. He's like the other lawyer in My Cousin Vinny that stutters. Oh God, this guy's defending me.
I want to go back to my girlfriend in jail.
I wonder what he's showing her. One of her movies.
Oh, he's like, this is how you push a play button. This is how you read along. There's a little bouncing thing, and then at the end of each sentence, you'll have a beep, and then you turn the page.
Hey, Pixie.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not into this witness. Dave is.
I feel
Dave
bad
is for some
her.
reason.
Look, I'm sure there are some people that are very happy with their lives as adult performers, but
Well, for the first 5 years, and then they regret
yeah, it's
Dave
just,
bomb.
it seems like there's a lot of
it. Yes, I did,
exploitation
reindeer. What was it?
in it.
Did that refresh your recollection?
A little bit, but it was honestly a long time ago, so I
Aubrey Kate.
don't really remember.
It was
Too much.
yesterday.
How could you not? It just
I
was
only
played to
remember
you.
that initial phone call.
Excited. We're asking a
Having just
lot
listened
of
to your own
people.
Come on now.
about that phone call.
Really?
It's almost Labor Day. She can't help it.
She needs a cigarette.
Hold on.
She hasn't had one in
Please don't.
5
Based
minutes.
on what he played for.
He's like Courtney Clenning.
Just wait,
Look, I
wait.
just need one of my vapes really
That
bad.
was
Like, if you could
that
just get me
was-
one, that would
was
be really
me
helpful.
in
She really looks drugged up.
Henderson talking. That wasn't the initial phone call, so I don't
Right.
Yeah.
really remember the phone call.
So
Exactly,
that was not the
Chloe.
initial phone call you received?
I know.
No,
it is
that
a
what
really
he
late
played
name.
for me. That's me in Henderson at the police department.
So, when you were being interviewed by the detectives, you told the detectives.
She hasn't
Yeah,
responded
yeah.
to me
That
yet.
phone call
Melissa.
that we had, in that phone call, you asked me if he said you ruined my life, bitch.
Is that what you call vocal
Well,
fry?
I understand. He's setting a foundation. Is that correct?
Yes.
Imagine if she did Valley Girl
This
voice.
is what counsel stated,
Oh,
correct?
no.
Repeat it if you would.
In the
This is so grody.
interview with the detectives in Henderson,
Really, Dirk?
you told them, hey, when you
Really?
called me and we had a
Yeah,
phone
isn't that-
call,
You asked me,
it's
did Mr.
that
Pursehouse
where you kind of, it's
say
that
you ruined
growl
my
in the
life
back of your
there?
voice, like you've got
Yeah.
something
Do you
stuck
remember?
right
Phlegm
here.
or
Mm.
Told you
something.
something.
Okay, so now we know why
I
she
don't
talks
remember those
this way.
exact words.
It was something on the lines of "you ruined
It's
my
it's a
life."
Dirk.
workplace
It might have not
hazard.
been those exact
Screenshots or it didn't happen.
words,
Yeah,
but he
we're
was
gonna
just
need
mad at her
Discord
because
proof,
she was
please.
Yeah, I
he was
want
basically calling her a
receipts on
hypocrite.
that.
Well,
Why she was
I'd hate to
there
imagine
when
her
he didn't
moaning.
really accept them, or when she
Uh,
didn't really accept
She was
them.
saying something along the
All I'm
lines
hearing
of
is
that, right?
Bigfoot,
Yes.
Sal, and or Chewbacca.
All I'm asking about is what you said.
And it was
She was in the
Chewbacca.
Star Wars remake.
She said she can't recall. It was
She
something
was the
along the
voice
lines of
actor.
what
Is
you
the
stated.
court is
I
the
know
court
that-
low compared to our voices?
Frenzel is
Let-
asking the
A
same
little.
I
question,
understand.
and he's getting the
Touch.
same answer.
Yes,
And just
and
because he doesn't like the answer. doesn't
counsel,
mean
no
he gets
speaking
it.
objections. No, I don't want to hear any editorial with respect to that.
Ooh.
Okay,
Good job.
that's it. She stated something along the lines of what you stated to her.
Go back
It remains,
a
the
couple
record remains.
The same
I know, but
Right, but she says she can't recall. It was something along the lines of what you stated.
I know, but
Your Honor, Mr. Frenzel is
Let-
asking the same
I
question,
understand.
and he's getting the same answer.
Yes,
And just
and
because he doesn't like the answer. doesn't
counsel,
mean he
no
gets
speaking
it.
objections. No, I don't want to hear any editorial with respect to that. Okay, that's it. She stated something along the lines of what you stated to her, and it remains, and the record remains as such. All right,
thank you.
Oh,
anything?
nice red microphone, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah,
as
it's
the-
I know, he's
World
got
War
the
II
pimped out
style
microphone.
microphone.
It is.
Recall the defendant saying
I
something.
think I saw
along
one
those
like that at the
lines,
Geneva
"You ruined my
Convention.
life,"
Yeah.
To Amie Harwick at the ex-visitor courts.
It's the Bronze Eagles
Anything on based on that question?
and the Thinkin' Lincoln.
Okay,
I
ma'am,
love the
you may
Thinkin'
step down.
Lincoln.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
getting one of them.
Should be
Even though I don't
Come
like-
on.
Yes, can I
down.
make it available if you would?
Are those
What
UGG
the hell?
camo boot? What the hell are those? And you
Okay.
bet those cost like
Man,
5K.
you wore
Yeah.
it in court. Oh, for easy access.
She's a
Yes.
naughty schoolgirl in court. What
So,
the hell
she
is
just
wrong
got
with
What
off
is
you?
she
work.
wearing?
Make her available
What
and we'll
is
take
she
care of the
wearing?
logistics of the
Herbert
hearing.
Christ.
All right.
What is
Next witness, if you would.
She wasn't
I can't with people.
Where's the,
First of all,
where's
you
the
heard
rest of your
respect.
skirt? What happened to the rest of your skirt, man?
Is she gonna pretend to get stuck in the bench now? What the hell is wrong with? I'm done, y'all.
The
This-
judge is going to hold her in contempt.
Sal,
I
did the
can't
world really
believe
end?
I just saw.
Sal, I need you to tell me something. Did the world really end in 2012 and we are now stuck in a simulation of
It could
stupid?
be.
Is that what happened?
It's drugged up Paris Hilton.
I mean, I guess it's good for easy access. Is
Okay,
she even
so
wearing
She
underwear?
woke up this morning and thought, I have court today. Slutty
But I also have
schoolgirl
work
with
beforehand.
Christina Aguilera from the Dirty album Hair. And go. The hell
That was
She's gonna
just
drop
so
something and bend
wrong.
over for the judge.
that chair now has
No.
gone to her syphilitis. Because you know
God.
she ain't
I
wearing underpants under that.
That
She just
I-
flashed. That's
needed
Slap the jury.
they needed plexiglass on the chair.
that chair now has to be burned and touched with holy water. They've got to get a priest from the
Oh.
local Catholic archdiocese in there. The hell? Well, then fine. Their taint was there. Both
she's not wearing
ways,
underwear.
taint and taint.
And moist ain't.
There's a lot of Lysol that's going to be needed.
Yucky.
Jesus.
And we used it all up for
Yuck.
COVID.
You think it's longer than that? Do you think it's longer
Yes,
than
if you could, raise your
Dominique?
right hand, face
I don't
the
know.
camera.
Come on down.
You solemnly state that
What?
the testimony you're about to give in the cause
Formal
not being
pants?
before
You know
the
what? At
court
least she's
is
wearing
guilty of
pants.
the
Holy
I mean,
hell.
at this
You
point,
think?
I'll take
Is she?
it. I think.
I can't see her lady bits have fallen out, so we're good.
Well,
As I've
Everything
advised
we
the witnesses,
covered.
if you would leave
we
it
need
to
to
my
go
mouth
back
when you
in
speak,
slow
so make
motion,
sure that
but
all
let's
the jury
not.
can hear you, okay? All right, go ahead.
Okay, Sal, pause it. Thank God she's wearing pants. Otherwise, she'd end up pregnant and/or with gonorrhea, depending on if the past person was transgender and/or female. Just because they weren't wearing undies.
good point, greedy bloke. What is her going out clothes like?
Greedy, she's covered up. It's California.
These are
We
like
are
church
we are
clothes.
lowering and are taking our expectations to a level of just covered.
That was her best most conservative outfit.
She was like slutty nun or slutty schoolgirl. What will it be today?
And the OnlyFans simp had the nun
Jesus.
outfit.
She's
Like,
like,
She did
would
the
the
out.
scooter.
crucifix be too much or the habit?
What should I
Jesus.
wear to church? What should I wear to court? Let's see.
My
This looks
goodness.
like it's appropriate for court. And she had her blouse that was all the way up to her neck. So
Yeah.
she probably thought that was perfect.
Yeah, very conservative.
She did very well. It was just, the skirt and the boots and yeah. Oh,
least
Rebecca
Mauricio isn't
Gillard,
sending her money.
okay, who's this
REVECCA.
woman? Because she looks very
A friend, I
unlike
think.
one of the people who are associated with these people.
JALLAD.
Miss Mariana.
Thank you. How do you
She's
know?
far too normal
Amie
looking.
Harwick?
Oh, Lord.
We
This bitch is gonna
became
break me, isn't
close
it?
friends through working together, modeling, photo shoots, things like that.
When would you say approximately? You don't need to give me an exact date of when you guys met.
Wow. Sorry. I would say
It's not a trick question. ma'am.
2008.
And you've known each
2009?
other
No.
ever since, I assume?
Yes.
Well,
Would you say that since knowing each other since 2008, quite a long
I
time,
wasn't
that
going to go there,
you were
Melissa,
good
but
friends?
yes.
Yes.
Well, she said the witness herself said she was, the word she used, the characterization was close friends. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you keep in touch?
Yes.
How often would you say you kept in touch with Amie throughout your friendship?
Every few months. We didn't talk for a few years. And then we had rekindled our friendship. And then once that happened, typically we'd be in contact every few months or so.
What about in the months leading up to her death? How often would you say you spoke during that time?
I would say once every few weeks. We became a lot closer.
Now, in the time that you've known Amie, have you ever seen her smoke any tobacco products?
No, never.
Any sort of nicotine products?
No,
What
Did you
about the
ever see
devil's
her
lettuce?
ingest nicotine in any form?
no.
Prior to her death, when was the last time you saw her?
It was February 14th. We went to an event together.
And is that Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Hey, Shelly.
What did you do that day on Valentine's Day?
We went to a burlesque show.
Wow.
And you're referencing we. Who are you talking about, we?
Myself, Amie, and our friend Sarah
And where was this burlesque show located?
at the Globe Theater in downtown LA.
And was that on 7th and Broadway?
Yes.
How did you get to the Globe Theater that evening?
I took an
On the
Uber.
bright
And
side, she
where-
avoided the
not to tell us
COVID
the exact
lockdowns.
location, but the general location of where you were coming from.
I was coming from 711 Olive Street.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
exact location.
That was my
And-
office, so I remember the address.
So you Ubered from 711 Olive Street. That's just a few blocks away, is that right?
Yes.
Do you know about what time you arrived at the Globe Theater?
Must have been around 7:30, 7:30.
Did you meet Amie and your friend Sarah there?
Yes. Yes.
Who arrived first?
Amie was there first.
And then
Who's on
who
third?
arrived second?
I did.
And when did Sarah arrive?
Probably about 20 minutes after I got there.
Now, is Sarah also a friend of yours?
We had just met that night.
That was the first time you'd ever met Sarah.
Yes.
And is that from a friend of Amy's?
Yes, she was a friend of Amy's.
Was Amie responsible for kind of setting up the night?
She was.
Now, when you were at the Globe Theater, did you take any photographs while you were there?
We did.
Your Honor, at this time, the people are holding 3 photographs with a witness. May that be marked as people's 12, A, B, and C?
Yes.
Michelle, I'm showing you what's been marked as people's 12A. Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes.
Is this a
Izzy,
photograph
what are you talking
that was
about?
taken of you while at the Globe Theater?
Yes.
Could you tell us
She's
who's
trans.
who in the photograph?
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
From left to right, Amie,
Gotcha.
Tosh, Miss Tosh. I'm not. She was a dancer there, so I don't know her full name. And then Sarah and myself.
So when you say
Oh,
Tosh
that's-
was a dancer
that's
there, that's
the
not
witness
the
on the
people
right.
That, was out with you
Really?
at the Globe Theater, is that correct?
No, she was one of the performers.
In the burlesque show?
Yes.
Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about what you guys were wearing. Was there a uniform for the night?
There was. We were to wear all either pink or red.
And whose idea was that?
That was Amy's.
And you had all discussed that prior to this day?
We did. Well, on the day.
Yeah.
Lol.
Do you remember the accessories that Amie was wearing that evening?
I do.
And what accessories were those?
She had a leather jacket on with her. She also had rosary necklaces.
Does she know Bradley Young?
They're not necklaces.
I'm zooming in on a photograph here.
They're rosary beads. They're
people's
not
12A.
necklaces. Oh my god.
No, they're Jesus
Just-
jewelry. Don't you know?
Dear
They're like,
me.
God is my homeboy and cross.
Yes.
Now, did you take additional photos of the Globe
They're
Look, I am on
not
my 13th step as a recovering
did,
Catholic,
yes.
and even I won't do that.
No. I blame Madonna.
Is this a photograph that was also taken there?
Yes.
I blame Madonna on a lot of
And could you
stuff.
point out who this is?
Yeah. Okay, she's eating popcorn. Does she have to do it like she's about to
the
give
right.
a blowjob?
Sorry.
It's a hen party.
I'm sorry.
Or-
I'm
well,
on the left and Amy's on the right.
Yours to the left.
She's crying
Okay.
because she's
You
oh.
need a moment, just let me
Shizzy, why do you keep saying they're all dudes? Why? Why are you so sure that they're all dudes?
Oh, let's be honest, gals. If we all got together for like a big meetup and we were all of us gals in Sal were together, we would take the most degenerate looking
Yes.
photos, of us like
that evening.
with a drink.
Yes.
I won't do it online, but we would.
Myself to the left and Amy to the right.
Now,
Bobby's
how
gone on the
long do you
trans
recall
train
was
too.
the burlesque show?
All aboard.
It finished around 9:30, so like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
Now,
Melissa Jane asks a
did
good
you
question.
decide
When
to
she
go
says
somewhere after
modeling,
the Globe
does she
Theater?
mean
Yes.
adult modeling or does she mean
so what time would you say you actually left?
modeling?
Between 9:45.
Was she
and
in her
10:30.
book, the
And
Bible
where
thing
did
that
you
we still need to find at
We
eBay for like
first
$4?
went to
Dave bought
my
it.
office at 711.
Well, yeah,
Olive Street.
but Dave also tried to
And then
yeet
we
your
went
channel
to
off
the-
YouTube
There's
with
that.
nuclear areas.
What's the nomad?
There's a hotel slash.
I haven't
eatery,
fixed that yet.
Food, drinks.
It's kind of a pain. It's not a big deal, I don't think, but
No, well,
Did all
nothing's
go there?
happened.
Yes, we did.
So that
Melissa,
was
I will
Sarah,
see if I
Amy,
can
and
find it on eBay and then
Could
it
you
will,
kinda tell us
or I will
logistically
get it on Kindle
how that
and it
took
will be our
place?
breaded, unbreaded.
Right, Shizzy.
So Sarah and I had both.
What's going
Ubered.
on?
Telling you,
So Amy drove.
those were
back.
dudes. That last witness was
what
a
do you mean
dude.
he drove you back?
We went in her car.
It's a man,
Oh, sorry.
And we
baby.
drove
A
to
It's a
man.
man,
my office.
baby. She had a
So just to be
trunk
clear,
that was
so
just
that I'm not
hanging
confused,
there.
Sarah drove both yourself and Sarah.
Well,
in
then
her
I'm glad
car
this woman had
back
pants
to
on
your
because that
office
would have been the
located
weirdest
at
way to explain to your mom how you
711
got
Olive Street.
pregnant.
Yes.
They
And
took
that's
that thing up.
located
Well,
across
this
the
is
street
You
from
have
the
to
Nomad?
tuck
the
her, else
last
it would've
one was though.
popped down for a skirt.
Where did you
You could see it as you walked out of the courtroom.
And
Yeah,
Can
I
you
mean,
pause it for a
those
second,
hands were
please?
under
massive. I mean, I
garage.
have big hands, but that last witness had some freaking hands.
Hands like Lana from
Hmm.
Archer.
Yes.
You think it was the hands?
Well, you and you've got a collar that's up here around your neck, hiding the Adam's apple. I mean, come on. I worked with transvestites out in California, and that was a dude.
Okay.
That
Well,
wasn't a
okay.
vocal fry. That
That's
was
your
that was
reasoning.
that was a guy.
Okay. I mean,
Okay.
hey, I
Makeup
have a
does a
deep voice
lot.
for a
Makeup
woman,
does a
so I
lot.
feel
Well, I
like
have her stage name, so I can look up pics.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just look up,
mean,
look up that group of 3 that was standing alongside. They're talking about going to a burlesque show.
But let's.
I'm serious.
Yeah, maybe it's Dylan Mulvaney.
awesome. Yeah, I'll have to. And Mr. Mo's
mean,
gonna be
do you think this
why does
guy
my
maybe
computer have AIDS?
maybe found out that what he was like into was not what he was thinking that he was into?
Hey, it happens to the best of us.
And Charlie Sheen.
Fat Charlie Sheen. Yeah, he looks.
Yeah. Well, guys, it is dinner time. I may come back on again, but I will leave you to find out with Sal on the magical is she or isn't she a he? The new Price is Right game. Bet a testicle. Or win a testicle. It really is, you know.
Mo, you're awesome. I just want to say that you are awesome.
Mr. Mo has to deal with me
I
all
love
the
the
time.
way
I
you
had to
say
go-
awesome. Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome.
So I had to go for a quick psych eval to see if I could get my spinal stimulator thing, which I will be getting a t-shirt made that says I'm always stimulating, which I thought would
Nice.
be hilarious.
That is
That's
hilarious.
And so I sent Mr. Mo a text and I said, I've been found sane at least for this hour. And he's like, I don't even know with you right now. And I said, well, just for this hour. But I shall be back either tonight or
Cool.
tomorrow. And hey, we might have found Loch Ness Monster.
You never know.
What?
I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out
lucky.
hope for at least
Nessie.
Bigfoot, because this year has given us plenty of dumpster fires. I'm hoping for at least 2 cryptids.
Well, I've
We
been
got
to Loch
aliens,
Ness.
so
I've been to Loch Ness. It's pretty. It's pretty.
really.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
or
Did you go there
figuring
just
out
to
if
see
this is a
Nessie?
dude or a gal.
Why would you go to Loch Ness if not to see Nessie?
Went to Scotland with my wife.
Yeah,
You
but
might as
then
well
it's a
drunk.
special
Stop by.
place. Like
As our ancestors approved. I mean, and hold a grudge and
Yes.
see if you're a Highlander.
Yeah,
There
there was
can
a
only
bunch
be
of
one
guys,
no.
wearing kilts and
Hot.
a bunch of women wearing less.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Well, I will see you guys later.
will see
I
you
have
later.
got to go
Bye.
walk the puppy, and I will be back or not,
Okay.
because Mr. Mo, may demand that we watch the Great British Baking Show, or I may make Mr. Mo watch the Great British Baking Show with captions on. Hey,
course.
man, if you want to romance your wife, put the captions on. I'm just saying, it's a trick, but we'll take it like catnip. I'm giving out free marriage advice. Put them closed captions on. It's just like Barry White. See you guys later.
Yeah, baby.
I had parking there, so
That's awesome.
Is that where you had also parked
Yeah.
earlier in the evening?
yes, my car was there.
And why did you decide to drive back with Amie and have her park there?
She'd taken her car, and it's safer. My building is safe and secure parking.
Gotcha.
So, and we knew we wanted to go to the Nomad, and I said, "Well, my
When in Rome.
business is right there, so let's just go park. It's a gated parking, so."
What time would you say after leaving the Globe
Thank
Theater did you
you.
arrive at the Nomad?
That was very sweet of her.
Probably
Yes,
around 10:30.
appreciate that so much.
What did you guys do once you were there?
It cost a bit of money to get set up.
We
Yeah.
talked. We had something to eat. Amie had tea.
And when you say you laugh when you say Amie,
You've been
had
such
tea,
a
why
big
did you
support,
laugh?
Kim. I appreciate it so
Because
much.
she loves tea. I don't know.
Okay. And you said you and Sarah had some drinks. Is that right?
Yeah, not alcoholic, just because we were ending the night. So
About how long would you say you stayed at the Nomad with Amie and Sarah?
we left around midnight. Yeah.
And when you say
12,
we, did all three of you leave at the same time?
Yes, we did.
Where did you each go from there? Let's start with Sarah.
Sarah took an Uber to where her car was parked,
What?
and Amie and I walked back to my office.
Did you go straight home from there?
No,
What did you guys do once
I
you
probably
and
could
Amie
put
walked
captions
back
on.
to your office?
we went up to
I tried.
my actual office. She wanted to see it,
No, they're unavailable.
and
Yeah.
I had just gotten a puppy, and she just wanted to see the puppy, and so we just went up there, and we were just talking for a moment. I had to gather my things. I didn't want her going to the garage by herself, and so we went back down together.
How much time would you say you spent in your office playing with your new puppy? And
Not much time, maybe 10 minutes, because we just both wanted to get home. It's late.
And you said that you had both walked down to the garage together.
Yes.
And we're talking about the parking garage.
Yes.
What happened once you got down to the parking garage?
We talked for a few minutes
Oh,
by our
Brandon.
car.
Yes, I
and
know.
Then we both got in our cars and went to the freeway together, and I followed her on the freeway, and then, we went our separate ways.
And what time would you say that was when you finally
Thanks, Jane.
got into your cars and drove out of the parking garage?
Well, it doesn't take very long to get home. Must have been 12:30. It was a pretty, maybe 20 minutes or so. We went up and came down, and then we left.
And where did you go from your office?
I went to my house.
And how long you said it takes you? Did you say 20 minutes, Seattle?
Or so, yeah. I got home at 1 a.m.
I was right.
Now, did you hear from Amie at any point after partying at the garage to arriving at your house?
Yes.
Private jet.
And how did you hear from her?
As soon as I was pulling into my garage at my home, she texted me and asked me to send her pictures.
Your Honor, at this time, the people are holding 2 pages of screenshots of text messages. May that be marked as people's 13A and 13B?
Yes.
Just preliminarily, I'm going to leave this exhibit up. I just want to let counsel know, just because the next series of
I
questions
really hope.
will be
Okay.
involved with this exhibit.
Yes, we're our discussion had to do with photographs. So not so much text and so forth and or these. As long as you're asking on the issue of the witness, that's fine. You're within the court's order.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right.
So you said that you received a text message from Amie at what time?
It was 1:02.
Now I'm gonna show you 13A. Do you have a good view of that in the screen in front of you?
I do, yes.
Now, do you recognize this to be your phone based on these text messages?
Yes, it's my phone.
Showing you the initial text message here, send me the selfies we took. Is that a text message from you or?
That's
sent
from
you?
Amie.
That's from Amie.
Yes,
And do you see the timestamp right above there?
I do.
Okay. And what's the timestamp?
1:01 a.m.
And that is a text message you received from Amie?
Yes,
Now, there's a second text message in blue saying okay,
yes,
and with a timestamp of 1:02 a.m.
yes,
Is that your response to Amy's text message?
yes,
And you said that's what time you came home?
yes, because I distinctly remember as soon as I pulled into my garage, I got the message, and I was in my car, and I responded before I even went into my house.
So upon seeing that text message, you immediately responded?
Yes.
Now, and these are the photographs that we see on the screen that I showed you earlier. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'm going to show you people's 13B. These are the other photographs that we talked about on the direct examination in people's
Okay.
12. Is that
I
correct?
just saw some things I can
Yes.
never unsee.
There is
What?
a timestamp on the
Oh.
right side.
Yeah,
of
you,
Right.
you looked at it,
1:07.
didn't you? I told you right
Those
there,
text
the
messages
blonde in the
that you
middle.
sent
Can I just say how
Fine.
great it is that Dave found her hot?
1:07.
I sent them
Yeah.
all at once, and it looks like some of them just got delivered a little later.
You
Oh,
don't realize it. I'm sorry, David.
Yeah.
Did you get a response from Amie?
Yeah.
David is never going to live that down.
No,
It
Yeah.
And when
happens.
was the last
Sorry,
time you ever heard from
sorry, David.
when she texted
Got
me
called
to
out.
send the photos.
So the text
Yeah,
messages
we'll
that
tell
we're
you.
reviewing
We'll
is
tell you guys in a
past
minute.
Communication you ever had with Amie prior to her death?
Yes.
Thank you. Nothing.
But boom.
Counsel, you can, are you going to use those photographs then?
I have no questions.
Okay.
Oh,
You have no
God, I
questions?
tried
Okay,
to-
you can take those down. Thank you, ma'am. You may step down.
Her for an
Actually, it's
interview.
now a good
You're
time.
welcome.
It's now a good time to interrupt
people-
proceedings and
Um,
That people call Maricela Mendoza.
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I think now's a good time.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay.
Oh,
My co-host,
I know I'm failing miserably.
our co-host, can you she's come up with some breaking news now.
Yes.
It's not breaking.
Why?
Well,
It's not breaking at all. It's just
Uh,
it explains a lot.
Well, come on, like for our dual stream, it's breaking news, and I invited you to the stream,
Thank you, love.
and I feel like this is my first week of streaming, right? So this is my
It was
chance to
so
go breaking news. I
wonderful.
brought on somebody, and you brought in the breaking news, and we're about to really embarrass David.
Sorry,
Everyone
okay,
David.
here
guys.
is going to witness this.
Please tell me David.
Hang
is
on,
right.
hang on, just a minute.
Oh.
I have something ready.
Gotta share your screen.
Yeah, I am.
No, not that. Need to turn it off again. Yeah. Are we ready for this?
Okay, let's see. Miss Tosh. Let's see. So that's her name, I guess.
His
Or
name, yes.
Drag queen.
Thank you,
Okay.
Melissa Jane.
World-renowned burlesque star, entrepreneur, designer, and producer, is famous for her dazzling haute couture burlesque performances and stunning productions. Her presence has been one which cultivated and champions the contemporary beauty of LGBTQIA plus body positive and POC figures, while shattering the institutional white hetero gaze, which has long been so deeply rooted in the craft's identity. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're all drag queens at they do the show.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see all of them there. I mean, hey, if you're into it, that's
So
cool.
she must have been tucking.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, hang on.
The last witness was definitely tugging.
Show the photo. Show the photo with her in the middle. Not that one.
Oh,
No, the top one.
Yeah.
You can't really recognize her there.
Yeah, go up.
is that her?
Up.
Right there.
That one in the middle. Zoom in.
Yeah, that's
This?
her. That's
In the middle.
Mustache.
Recognize her. Recognize her, chat.
Mhm.
No. Zoom in. Bring it in.
Hold on.
Right there in the middle.
Control plus. There we go. More. Oh no, that's control minus.
No, I was getting Control Plus. It just like
No,
screwed
he's
up.
getting Control Plus. It does that with pictures. You have to open
Okay.
up the picture in another page to
Okay.
make it.
That's a good idea. Yes. Open the
Yes.
picture on the page.
But yeah, those are. Yeah, just saying.
Yeah. Oh. like my nice background with the little
No,
little
that's Miss Tosh or Mr. whatever.
Mr. Tosh.
Hey,
Mr.
whatever.
Tosh.
Yeah.
Hey,
His name
no,
is-
I mean, no problems. I mean, if that's what you're into, that's fine. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
I
that
mean,
there's a
No, no.
there's a big
She
It's just that
takes it
possibility
and
they-
she gives it.
David liked
maybe
it.
that maybe there's more than meets the eye with this. Maybe
A lot
someone
more.
found out that
There's a
they
lot more than meets the
About
eye.
7 inches.
There's you're not that's being generous, but
No, I
hang
saw
on a
it.
minute. Hang on, I'm gonna download that photo because I want you guys to have a better look. Save images.
Oh, well, I need
Oh,
some eye
God.
bleach after
See,
seeing that.
this is why I left California. Well, one of the many reasons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I lived in
That's why.
California for a couple of years. Well, we'll go into that another time.
Yeah,
Not here.
I don't blame you.
But I worked with a bunch of trans that were in
Yeah.
various stages of transitioning, and there's a lot of things that you can find out just by working with people like that. That they will let you in on secrets. I was like, oh geez,
Oh boy.
I bet.
didn't know that.
So did you find the picture?
I have the picture. How do I just share one picture?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh
Hit
God, how
present.
stupid is that? I can present. Yep.
Share screen, maybe?
Share screen.
I'll try and just share screen, and that.
Should show you the
Go.
little tab there.
Yep. All right. That. Oh, there we go. And I should therefore be able to take that and plus.
See?
So you
Oh
have to,
yeah.
you've got to open that
But
screen in another thing.
Or
there.
get this. What I could do is I could go to preview. I could go to my downloads, and I could go. I know where I could get it. So where did I just put it? I went and put it in that, and I went and got that. Aha.
She got it?
Uh-huh. I could actually go and open it in preview. It's just opening now.
Ooh,
Check this
coffee boy.
out.
Just cocktails.
Here, this will give you. I'll do it right here for you. There you go. Present that. Okay.
Thank you. Cutie.
Oh, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. There we go. Guys, come on now.
Well, we know why her voice
That's
is so
her.
low.
That's reindeer. That is the last blonde witness.
Yeah.
Look at the look at her. That's her.
Yeah, look at the nose. Look at the nose. She's had lips
Well, I mean, you can buy that
actually added
nose.
in, and then you
maybe
look
had
at the
her
size
Adam's
of
apple
those.
shaved.
Look at the size of the hands right there.
Oh yeah. Those are manhand. She would manhandle you.
Okay, all right. Well, let's just we can debate this. Randy, do you think that's not her? Him, her, they?
No, trust me, I've seen him in videos doing. I
Oh.
just looked it up, and yes, Aspen Jameson. Her stage name is, what was it?
Miss Tosh.
No, well, that's I
No,
guess her
that's
drag
different
name.
one. Yeah.
Oh.
Aubrey Kate is her official name, porn name. You got to have all kinds of different names.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway,
All
the
right.
whole point of that breaking news was pretty much just because Dave was into her. That's all.
And that is definitely not going to be ever brought up again.
Why not?
Hopefully not, for Dave's sake.
I think the other thing he said was that she could teach him a thing or two.
Oh, he did say that.
Yeah, I
Okay,
bet he could.
I have to go back and
I
clip
brought it
that.
up on screen.
Oh, I have to get that screenshot.
Oh, sorry, David.
Oh dear.
Oh, sorry, David.
Dear. Dear.
It puts a new meaning to the word dude.
Dude. Oh, that was good.
Dave's poor wife.
That was good.
Just raise your right hand.
Look, it
Thank you,
happens.
Shizzy. I knew I brought you on for a reason.
You solemnly state that
It
the
happens.
testimony
Sometimes you
you're
get
about to give in the cause now
tricked.
Do we have another one?
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Ah,
Was that the other one in that thing?
oh,
Maybe.
was it?
Please state
Hi,
and spell
caller.
out your first and last name.
No, I
Allie
can't.
Mine?
MARICELAMENDOZA.
All right, counsel.
Thank you. Do you know Amie Harwick?
I don't know.
Yes,
Hard
I
to
do.
tell.
How do you know each other?
We've been friends for about 20
See,
years.
now you got me looking at the hands and all kinds of stuff.
I'm going back looking at the chat.
We met
For Dave.
many years ago through Coffin,
Yeah.
which
The
is
stuff
a
he said. Hold
company
on.
we both modeled
damn it.
for back in the day.
Were you good friends?
I lost
Yes,
the
we were.
screen.
Did you maintain regular?
Okay, so let me go back.
Don't worry, we've all been fooled at some point or another.
Yes.
Are you going? Oh, what are you doing?
I imagine because it was freshly cut.
No, she's pre-op.
How do you know?
I saw
I
her
don't know.
video.
Oh,
Or a,
You what? You,
Why, you
Okay,
didn't see
that's
me with
going
my
a bit
mouth
far.
horrified?
Oh, you did not.
God.
Why do you
I-
think I knew she was 7 inches? You didn't see me like, staring at the screen horrified?
Yes, I thought you were looking at something else. I didn't realize you were going down that hole.
Oh,
Mm.
no.
It's like she knows the thing. David. Oh my God. That would be funny. You should send him a picture
Of her legs.
of her legs. Just cut it out. It's a picture of.
Oh, you're not, are you, Luna? Really? Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry, Luna.
is it really? Oh,
Yeah, she's
wow.
only a 2-hole wonder. Let's get back to this. Be serious, professional.
Okay, we'll try and be.
All right, I have to go make
Yes,
dinner
we
for
did.
my wife. I'll catch up
No
with you
worries.
all later.
All right.
Thank you
Did you
for
say-
having me on.
Thank you, Shizzy.
Thank you.
That was
Could you tell
fun.
me what
See you some
happened?
other time. You're awesome.
See you
Often
soon.
was every other day. We'd talk, or
Oh.
we'd go have waffles, or we'd go eat, or we'd go
Just
have
made my
coffee.
day.
It wasn't.
That
There
was
was only
good.
one period where I distanced myself, and that's when I lost my boyfriend who passed away. So, but that was just a grieving process, and then we picked up again after I was ready.
I kind of
That was
guessed who this is.
through
Really?
Coffin Case, which is a company we
Mm.
both modeled for back in the day.
I'm just
Were
going to put
you
it
good
1.25. Let me know if it's
Yes, we were.
too fast.
Did you maintain regular contact with each other over this period of about 20 years?
Yes, we did.
Would you say
Now I'm
you kept in
insulted she
touch
ignored
often?
me.
Yes, we did.
And could you tell me what often means?
Often was
At least I
every
got her number.
other day. We'd talk, or we'd go have waffles, or we'd go eat, or we'd go have coffee. Or it wasn't. There was only one period where I distanced myself, and that's when I lost my boyfriend who passed away. So, but that was just a grieving process, and then we picked up again after I was ready.
So you kept in touch fairly often.
Yes.
In the time that you've known her for, I think you said 20 years, had you ever seen her smoke any tobacco products?
Absolutely not.
Ingest any tobacco products?
Absolutely not.
Ingest any form of nicotine whatsoever?
Absolutely not.
Now, do you know someone by the name of Gareth Pursehouse?
Yes, I do.
Do you see him in court today?
Yes, I do.
Could you please identify him by telling us where he's seated and what he's wearing?
I'm assuming that is him at the very far right. Looks a little different than I remember, but I think that's him on the far right over there.
What's he wearing?
He's wearing a blazer with a blue collar shirt.
How do you know the defendant?
We met through Amie.
Could you tell me about when you first met the defendant?
Interesting.
I think, Your Honor, we'll go to it's foundational.
All right, I'll give you some leeway. After that.
When did you first meet the defendant?
I'm not too certain if it was around 2009 or 2010.
And was the defendant and Amie dating at the time that you met him?
Hold on.
Yes.
And seeing that they were dating, did you spend time with both of them?
Yes, I did.
At the time that you were hanging out with Amie and the defendant at the same time, did you know what he did for a living? I believe it's foundational as well. Now, when you were with hanging out with both the defendant and Amie, were you aware of how long they dated?
I'm not sure how long they were dating. I know that they had been off and on for a while. I tried to not be around them as much.
Unresponsive. Okay, the answer will stand. Let's ask our next question.
Do you know if they were ever living together?
Yes, they were.
In fact, had you ever been to their shared residence while they were dating?
Yes, many times.
The answer will stand that they were living together and that she'd been there. Okay.
Were you pretty familiar with their relationship?
All right, sustained.
Without getting into the details, would you describe their relationship as volatile?
Let's approach it.
Dude, you are not skilled enough to be this angry and frustrated.
Who isn't skilled enough?
The defense attorney.
Oh, that defense attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice ceiling. Oh.
God damn it.
May I repeat the question?
Yes.
Without getting into details, would you describe their relationship as volatile?
Yes.
Well, that was the last question that was asked. You're objecting as leading, and the court's going to allow the answer to stand based on the court's order that we don't want to get into areas that the court thinks are relevant. If counsel understands where I'm going with this. Go ahead. All right.
Do you know around the time of when that relationship ended?
I'd say it might have been late 2010, 2011, before 2012.
Was it an amicable breakup?
Well, sustained.
Why?
Unless you lay a foundation with respect to that.
You said that you were friends with Amie Harwick for 20 years. Did you remain friends with Amie during her relationship with the defendant?
Yes.
I'll be right
Did
back.
that include the time frame when Amie and the defendant broke up in the time frame that you gave around 2011?
Yes.
Did Amie confide in you regarding her relationship with the defendant?
Yes.
When she confided in you, did that include the time period in which her and the defendant broke up?
Yes.
Was her breakup with the defendant amicable?
No.
Did Amie stay in contact with the defendant after that breakup?
All right. Anyone? Court wants to say that. Go ahead.
Were you aware of any attempts by the defendant to reconcile with Amie?
Objection. Foundation, hearsay, speculation.
All right, sustained.
Were there any measures that you were aware of that Amie took in order to cut off contact with the defendant?
Objection. Foundation, hearsay.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes, let's approach.
Oh. Right. we're looking at a coin on a wall, basically.
All right.
And they fixed it. Cool.
To your knowledge,
Because
did Amy
Dali's
stay
in charge of
contact with the
the
defendant after their breakup.
video,
No.
by the way. I
Did you
can't
want to stay
actually
in
change it.
contact?
Good thing it's working again.
The answer stands that they did not keep in contact? Is that right?
Yes, they did not.
Okay, I'll allow the next answer with your question. Do you have a response to that last question?
What was it again?
May I ask a question, Andrew? Did she want to stay in contact
No.
with the defendant? Now, I want to talk to you about January of 2020. Did you speak to Amy about the
I
defendant
know,
during January
Oh,
of
God.
2020?
She's having her lashes
Lovely
done.
lashes.
Could you explain
God,
how
that would've
that
been epic.
conversation came about?
It was just at a party at her house, and I just felt like his energy was around with the work that I do.
Objection, foundation, speculation.
All right, sustained. So you were a party, I sustain your objection. So you were a party ticket from there.
Motion is correct.
That party will.
We were at a party, and I asked about if she had spoken to him, and she said she hadn't spoken to him in years.
And this was at a party at her house?
Yes.
And you had brought that up?
Objection, relevant.
Overruled. It's foundational, I take it.
Yes.
Good.
Since that party, had you had another conversation with Amy about the defendant in January of 2020?
Yes.
And how did that conversation come about?
She called me after the night of the X Awards.
The X-Biz Awards?
Yes.
And was that January 17th of 2020?
Yes.
And this was a phone call.
Yes.
What did she tell you when she called you?
She just told me what happened at the event.
All right, as long as we're going to the state of mind.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, very good.
She just told me what happened at the event.
Did she tell you that she ran into the defendant?
Objection, leading.
It's probably better, even though
Dali.
it's leading, but at least it doesn't
that's great.
run the danger of going into other areas. Or you can ask her what exactly she told her about
Oh,
that.
comment.
Okay, she'll withdraw it. You can pinpoint.
This defense
Was she
attorney
specific
reminds
about
me of
her interaction with the
somebody
defendant at the X-Biz Awards?
Yes.
What did she tell you about her interaction
from
with
some show.
She just was, I mean, everybody has heard it already. He threw a tantrum at the
Who
show.
is it?
Is that the word you used, Jen?
Not a tantrum. He went crazy is what she said.
Was she specific to you on the phone about
That nerdy
whether-
look.
Yeah.
who approached who?
He approached her.
Sorry, I'm trying to
She told
clip
you that?
that.
Did she describe to you on the phone what his demeanor was during this interaction?
Erratic.
Did she provide any instances of description, or did she provide description about his erratic behavior?
That he was still stuck in the past.
And did she say anything else about that?
She just was talking about what happened, that she had seen him and that he was broke down and that he started pulling out text messages and making a scene in front of everybody. And she was really embarrassed and she just wanted to neutralize the situation. So
Were
they
you
went off to the
talking
side to
about
talk,
Jane?
and
Why should I be
whatever
scrolling
happened,
back?
I wasn't there.
So let me try to break that down just a little bit. You said that she was specific about the defendant approaching her.
Yes.
You indicated that she told you something about text messages.
Objection, leading.
Well, she's reiterating what this witness just stated.
What did she say about those text messages?
He was just pulling up text messages from the past as if they had just happened yesterday.
And did she tell you what he did when he pulled up these text messages?
That he was,
Objection. This is far beyond the grounds of state of mind.
Okay, unless it's going to that state of mind specifically. Of course, I'm sustaining the objection. So,
Did he tell you what? My question is, did he read text messages to her, or he just pulled them up? I'm
he was
a little
reading.
confused as to what that means.
yeah, it remains that he was texting her. Okay.
I think the question I had for the witness is to make it clear that they weren't text messages that were being sent at the time of the interaction, but from the past. That's
yes, they were from
essentially the
past.
question.
All right.
So to be clear, were those text messages, did she refer to those text messages as text messages that were exchanged between herself and the defendant from the past?
From the past, from years ago.
Thank you. That was my question.
From the
Did she provide any
past.
specific statements he said to her
All
during this
Americans in the
interaction?
past.
Interaction at the show?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Objection, far beyond the grounds of state of mind.
Now if it's going to state of mind.
Where can we approach so that we may
You
have
know,
an
ladies and
uninterrupted?
gentlemen, any of you own a stepmaster? Because I keep going down these steps.
What? This is
just
like the
happened?
Three Stooges or something. I keep going down these steps.
Oh, thank you, Eris.
I think we left off by asking about some.
That would be
some text
wonderful.
messages, or I'm sorry, some statements. Did Amie tell you about specific statements he said to her during the interaction at the XBiz Awards?
I don't recall the exact things that she said he was saying.
Did she talk about his emotional state?
Yes,
And what was it that she told you about his emotional state?
that he was erratic.
Did she use any other sort of descriptors in regards
He was
to
crying. He was very emotional. That he got on the floor. He was crying on the floor.
Okay, so
he
why
got
is
on the
this not
floor?
hearsay?
Did she tell you how she responded to the defendant as a result of the things of his erratic behavior?
Yes.
And how did she tell you she responded?
She was scared, but she also, is a therapist. So she wanted to diffuse the situation.
Did she tell you how she tried to diffuse that situation?
You
that'd be
stated she was
awesome.
scared. Is that something she said to you?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry. No problem, Your Honor. Did she
Why
tell you
50
what she
by
did to
the
try to diffuse the
weekend?
situation?
She tried to talk him
Sweet.
down. Or
It's
talk him
actually
down the ladder.
Friday here, so that's
Did
asking a
she
bit.
sound concerned for her personal safety when you spoke to her?
Yes.
Cool.
And what was her tone of voice when she was speaking to you in regards to her personal safety?
She was scared. She was, she didn't know what to do. She didn't know if he was going to come back.
Objection non-responsive.
Oh, is that what she told you?
Yes.
Now, I know this was a conversation over the phone, so you don't have like the benefit of
Yeah.
seeing someone when they speak. Could you tell by her tone of voice over the phone that she was scared?
Yes.
What was her
Thank
tone
you
of
so
voice
much,
over the
Wendy,
phone?
for the donation.
Well, it frightened.
You were awesome.
She was talking really fast. She just didn't know what she was going to do. I had told her to go to the police. I had told her to beef up her security, if possible.
Now, speaking of
Narrative.
Well,
No.
that part of the police and so forth is hearsay, so we'll sustain that part.
Motion to strike.
speaking of security, did she talk to you about taking any sort of security measures as a result of this encounter with the defendant at the XBiz Awards?
Yes.
What did she say about that?
She was going to get the cameras ready and she was going to bring her roommate back to feel safer in her house. She had felt safe with the roommate there.
Now, I know that we've been talking about this phone conversation that you had with Amie on January 17th. Did you also exchange text messages with Amie in January in regards to this interaction with the defendant at the XBiz Awards?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, the people are holding a screenshot of a text message between the witness and Amie. Will that be marked April 14th?
Yeah, is that one page?
It is one page.
Yes, Mark.
Show me what's been marked as People's 14. Do you recognize this screenshot?
Yes.
Now, how do you recognize this?
That's the conversation that Amie and I had after she ran into Gareth.
And we can see here that there are text messages that are white. And
Yeah,
then there are also
Bobby.
text messages
I'm
here.
like,
There's a black.
what did the roommate do?
Yes.
Which text messages are Amy's?
Amie is the top white and mine is the redacted.
The blue?
Yes.
Now, do you remember when it is that you received this text message?
I think that was on the 17th.
Was this before or after your phone call?
This was after the phone call.
Now, it says here, also, I had to block Gareth. He continued to message me after I told him I did not want to have contact. He even said that you sent your psychic energy to control the Star Trek episode that he's watching that reminded him of you. This is really scary. Is this a text message that Amie sent to you
Psychic
after your phone
energy
call
to
where she
control
told you about the incident?
the Star Trek episode
And how soon
he was
after
watching.
receiving, or how soon after the phone call did you receive this text message?
This was just a few hours after.
Okay.
Now, when was the last time you spoke to Amie prior to her death?
A few days before.
Thank you. Nothing further on.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, state of mind. We've been talking a lot about state of mind and so forth, and the state of mind sometimes includes hearsay. But it is the best example I can give you is if someone went up to one of you and said, "I'm going to sock you." Not that that was stated in this case, but let's say, "I'm going to punch you right now." It isn't so much for the truth that the person was going to punch you, but rather what effect it had on your state of mind. Were you afraid? Were you dismissive? Or what have you? Okay, so that's a nuance, and you'll get an instruction at the end of this case with respect to that. Okay, Counsel Senator.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you,
you guys
Judge.
step down
That
there.
was
Thank you.
good. I appreciate
Very next
that.
witness.
Did we all get that? See, I like this judge. That was succinct and it was informative to everybody, especially the jury.
Mr. Adler will be calling Michael Herman.
Michael Herman. Okay. No.
So I was wondering before why all that hearsay was allowed.
Okay.
So it speaks to state of
How do you spell
mind.
that last name?
BALANI.
Okay. Sorry? Oh, second page. Okay, thank you. I see. Oh, you're gonna call
Well,
him?
Eris, no, I don't think the judge is talking too much.
Is
I
that
thought the
Ian?
judge talked
Okay.
just the right amount. Like, imagine, like, compare that to Schroeder. Schroeder talks for years
Mr. Montano?
and years
Yes, if you could post a witness, stand down here, please.
to a point where everyone just like tunes out.
Before you have a seat, if you
Come
could
on
face the
down,
gentleman here.
sir.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly state that the testimony you're about to give and the cause and opinion before this court should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please have a seat. Please state and spell both your first and last name.
Amie Montano.
Spell them, please.
Oh, sorry. It's DAMIA.
Yeah, Schroeder just loves the sound of his own voice and also can't make a decision to save his own life. He'd rather just leave things hanging out there and go, oh, we'll leave that for later.
Mountain Street.
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with that location?
I am. It's
How-
part. I'm sorry.
How are you familiar with that location?
It's part of my property, so it's a lower level rental unit.
And do you live on that property?
I do. I live at 2080.
And back on February 14th, 2020, Valentine's Day, did you live at that location?
Yes, I did.
And what part of that location did you live at?
My property is the whole first floor. It's hillside, so that lower unit only starts on the back half of the house. So mine is the entire top level.
And would yours be the closest to Mound Street?
Yes, it is.
And at your home, did you have any cameras?
I do.
I'm sorry.
I do.
And did you have those cameras back on February 15th, 2020?
Yes, I did.
And what kind of cameras are those?
They're ring motion sensor cameras. So if they sense movement, light goes off and it starts recording.
And
How much
were those
money do
cameras
these ring
triggered back
people
on
make?
February 15th, 2020 in the morning?
We don't have this
Yes, sir.
company in
Remember
Australia.
about what time they were triggered?
108.
Your Honor, I have a DVD with 2 videos and labeled 2078 Mound Street. It is the people's next in order.
15, excuse me.
15?
15, yes.
15.
Yes.
It's fine.
I'm going to show you a video in a moment and after you can recognize what's shown here.
Okay.
The first video clip is labeled 2080 Mound 1.
Why aren't they answering the door at 3 a.m. in LA?
You see the timestamp?
Yes, sir.
Is that one of those tiny, tiny dogs?
What's the timestamp on that video?
108 and 12 seconds.
And when you install these,
Pretty
ring
sure
cameras,
this guy is a man.
were you aware whether the timestamp on it was accurate?
Yes,
How do you know that?
because I've often checked to see what activity is going on. You can do a live feed. The live feed is always accurate. So every time I check it,
So he
it's
knows when
inaccurate.
his wife's boyfriend comes over.
Did you recognize the individual
Yeah.
that was on that video clip?
Dog.
No,
Yeah.
I did not. That was why I didn't answer the door.
Wait a
Yeah.
second. And your camera, for how many minutes
Sounds
is
like
set
some
up to
sort of
record something?
rodent.
If they set up the motion.
I believe it's 30 seconds with a 5-second
Guinea pig.
rest before it kicks on for 30 more seconds. I believe that's what it does.
I'm going to show you a video labeled 2080 Mound 2. This is another video of that same individual. I'll ask you about the timestamp in a moment.
God, that sound. I could not live with that sound.
It's probably the sound he makes when he's watching his
What was the timestamp on
wife.
the second video?
108 and 49 seconds.
And then you see the individual leave the location of your home
Her
and go across the street,
boyfriend.
something like that.
Nice.
That's correct.
And did someone request for you to provide these ring videos?
Yes.
And who was that?
Detective Tyler Adams, and then later Detective Carranza had requested them through Ring. I guess Ring has a system where police can request videos directly from Ring. So Ring contacts me and asks me if I give permission to share those, which I did.
When you gave those ring
Stay
videos to
cocked.
Detective Taylor, when was that?
Well, now I don't
believe
feel
it was
bad
on the
about
15th.
calling him a
So
cock.
it was pretty shortly after the incident happened.
Haven't been asking
Same
for a
day,
video, so I
February
complied
15th,
immediately.
2020. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
All right, so you may step in. Ladies and gentlemen, about to call on the witness right now. Let's go ahead and take a break, 15 minutes to approve. Thank you.
So, just like to be clear, that was the defendant.
No,
On the
that was
camera?
the roommate running from house to house
Why?
trying to get help because he didn't have a phone on him.
Ah,
But nobody
right.
answered the door. So eventually somebody was out for a walk and he ran up to them and begged them to call 911.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that was this guy's house.
With this trial, I
And
am
he shares with his
aware,
wife's
that
and wife's boyfriend.
these couples have planned trips.
I can't
Went
even.
to Italy, which is nice, and so forth. So we are moving along. Some good news is that this Friday we had scheduled, the attorneys have scheduled, there's going to be a witness who's going to come in to testify. And instead, the attorneys have stipulated, that means they've agreed to a fact or a process, in this case, a process. That witness will not be necessary for Friday. That was scheduled for this Friday. What I'm trying to tell you is you'll be off on Friday. It's going to be off for a 4-day weekend. Okay? All right. Yeah. There you go. All right.
Thought you had to go to work, Your Honor.
I'm not saying anything. You said that. So in any event, okay?
Why
Just
is he
so
smiling?
Don't know.
Part with us.
What's
All right,
wrong?
next one.
Why is he happy?
Okay.
That's weird.
Judge.
What's so funny, man?
Oh, good. I can finally finish out the invasion into Paris.
You solemnly state that the testimony you're about to give in the cause now pending before this court.
Like, great. I get 4 more days in jail.
Yeah. I get a 4-day weekend in prison. Yay.
Fantastic. That's exactly where I've been for the last 3 years.
Sure, it's Sangeeta,
You know,
Sangeeta,
I'm really
Balani,
having,
Balani.
All right, Counsel.
I feel like I really need to be careful about simping on any of these witnesses in this trial.
I am a custodian of records for the Los Angeles Police
Yeah, you'd
Department
be very
And,
careful.
I don't even
Very
trust the
good.
court reporter
for
now.
about 7 years.
Can you explain
No.
to the jury exactly
And
what it is
also,
that you do in that job?
I'm pretty
When
sure.
people call 911,
Well,
those
I don't
records are
know,
required. We
this
retrieve those
one's,
recordings and
ambiguous.
typed records as needed.
They,
So does that include the audio recordings for the
okay,
911
just no simping on any
Does
trial
that
in
include
LA.
records documenting what time exactly the 911 call came in?
Yes.
And in this case, were you
That's
asked
an
to receive
understatement, Bobby.
the 911 records related to a call that occurred back on February 15, 2020 at about 1:14 in the morning related to a roommate screaming for help?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have in my hand.
Yes, I heard a very.
three-page
Oh, is this
document.
the
Page
asshole
1 is entitled
911 operator?
affidavit with an affidavit from Sangeeta Balani, the witness. May this be marked people's next in order.
Oh
People's
no, I
number,
guess just custodian of
People
record.
16. And I'm going to mark each page A, B, and C.
All right.
I'm still
All right, looking at
bewildered by
page
the
A,
smirk
exhibit.
a minute ago. Not smirk.
He's a
It
good-looking
was just,
man.
it was like,
What is shown there?
That's an affidavit.
That's
Well,
how
maybe
he
he
went.
thought
Saying
Luna
that
was
I'm the one
looking at
that
him.
retrieved the records,
Maybe.
and I've done it to the
Should
best
make
of my
that a
ability.
he's still
Once
Like
you
holding
retrieve the
down a
records, was there a
giggle.
request from someone to retrieve the records?
Yes, from the detective.
We need to get that
he's trying not to
circus
laugh.
This exhibit, you tell us what is shown
What's going on?
here?
I'm gonna clip.
I'm sorry.
Can you tell us what is shown here?
Oh, that is the request that was by the detective, and it indicates
I'm
the date, the
pre-body
incident number, any
language.
information related to that particular
But something's
incident,
going on
and
there.
that he wanted the printout and the CD, which is the 911 recording.
And we're able to pull the audio recordings for the 911 call related to this incident and the log.
Yes.
We can hear at page C, page with the title Incident Recall, has a name at the very top, Michael. What's that supposed to indicate?
That is a person that was calling 911.
And what did you document for the time of the first 911 call?
The time indicates 01:14 hours.
And how do we know that that time's correct?
When you listen to the recording, it corresponds with the incident. It is when the call comes in, the operator's typing in the address and what exactly the person is reporting. According to that, the incident is generated and there's a timestamp that's created.
And the timestamp that's created is based on what are you relying on to make sure it's accurate? What's that time based on?
The time is correct. It's checked it's done a weekly check by the system monitor operators to make sure that it is on point.
And here right next to 114, there's comments. Who types in those comments?
The operator receiving the call.
So the operator is making a summary of whatever she's being told by whoever's calling 911.
Correct.
And here the summary was PR, MW, and so on. Can you translate what's being said here on this? What summary the 911 operator wrote?
Sure. It says see the PR, which is person reporting, male white. He's wearing white shirt outside the location. That means he's standing outside. We'll direct to person reporting's roommate screaming for help, possible 242, which is battery involved.
And now this information goes out to who?
I'm sorry?
This information
on
the 911 call, do the 911 operators provide that information to some other people?
So once they get that information, they broadcast this information to the officers in the field.
So they receive, this is the type of information they're receiving for this incident.
Correct.
So they're supposed to be looking for a male white who may have blood on his shirt. Or I'm sorry, he's wearing a white shirt.
Correct.
And then to provide the 911 calls related to this incident and the logs to the detectives I requested.
Correct.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Okay, you may step down. Thanks, man.
People call Michael Berman to stand.
I just clipped that him smiling. I'll
He
post
was
it on Discord.
giggling. He was holding down a giggle.
I know. Maybe.
It was very strange.
All right, Mr. Herman, if you would step down here, please.
I
Raise
just
your right
feel
hand.
so sorry for that Bayless
You saw the
felt.
testimony you're about to give and cause nothing before this court should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I feel like if he was in space, there'd be like planets orbiting around him.
Yeah, right.
Please state and spell both your first and last name.
Oh, dude. Give it up. Your hair.
Herman.
Oh. Well, seriously, like,
how old?
50.
I've never seen
I wanna draw
hair
your
so
attention
thin.
Back to 2020. Back then, where were you living?
I was living in the Hollywood Hills off Mound Street.
Oh, oh.
Looks
He's
like he has
scratching.
pubes on his head.
I'm sorry.
No.
Hmm?
I think he's an addict.
Oh, well, this is 1.25, but let me. Well, it's
That's true.
California. Everyone's an addict.
Yeah, like I think he's missing his like he's itchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looking here at people's exhibit number 1, another photograph showing 2086 Mound Street.
He does not look comfy.
Mound Street. Were you living
Yeah.
at 2086 Mound Street?
Yeah,
he's
no,
coming
he's,
down on
he's,
something.
In 2020?
he's coming down. Yeah.
And did you live there with someone?
Yes.
And who was that?
Amie Harwick.
Mm.
Looking at people's.
No, I'm going to
exhibit
invade
number 9.
Russia.
You recognize who that is?
Yeah.
And who is that?
That's Amie.
And
Hey, she's got no red lipstick there. That's
now
unusual.
you know that
Really?
she died.
Yes.
Who is that?
That's Amie.
Oh,
See?
wow.
And
Remember, David did not
Now,
find
you
this
know
woman
that
attractive, but he found a man more
she died on
attractive.
February 15th, 2020.
Yes.
prior to that date, how long had you been
David,
living at that
surely
location?
David must be listening somewhere
Probably
and
around
just
He's probably
dying.
curled up in the fetal position, just weeping.
Well, okay, I know he's out
And did you
and he's
stay
running an
there every day?
errand and he can't get online. Like he can't like get onto the screen because I sent him a link. He has a link.
He's gonna go on
Right.
Discord. What's going on with these guys? What are they up to?
He could absolutely just turn up and blow the crap out of us any moment. Like he could just turn up on stream and be like, okay, not on. Or he could find it hilarious or not.
We've all made
But
the
it's
mistake.
Shizzy's fault. It's
We've
Shizzy's
all-
fault.
We've all made the mistake.
Okay,
but
we can just
we're gonna
completely
give him
go.
shit.
Oh, I have never made the mistake.
Well, me neither. But
Speak for yourself.
me neither. But
Well, you just
actually
said you
haven't
made the
yet.
mistake.
I haven't yet.
Yeah. Women can't really make the mistake. I mean, for us, it's just like the worst thing that can
Yeah.
happen is that it turns out to be the J.
Yeah.
And okay, go with that.
Yeah. It's a
all
little
right.
different for men.
It's no biggie. You know,
Day
these,
or were there
these
times
things
when
work
you
out.
were
But
there,
yeah, David
not
could
there?
turn up.
I traveled probably around 50% of the time.
We blame Shizzy.
What does that mean? You're gone 50% of
No,
the
there
time?
was one woman earlier, I think.
Well, if you add up the days in a
Well,
month, like I'm
I don't
probably
even
gone
know.
2 weeks out of the month, like traveling for business.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you to
Dave,
speak a little louder so the
Really?
judge back here can hear
I
you.
love his
So
little
speak into
nose
the mic
twitch
if
there,
you
like
can.
he's trying to get any last
So
cocaine
you said you
crumbs
would,
out in his
travel
nose inhaled.
for business and that you would be gone. How much
That's
time?
right, Luna. Hang on.
And-
Yeah. Her deep voice.
Yes, that does explain her voice. Her voice was so masculine. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on it, Luna.
Yes.
And what is it that you did for
Yeah.
a living
He
back then?
just
All
did it
Shizzy's
again.
fault.
Business and that you would be gone. How much time?
On average, about 50% of the time.
And what is it that you did for a living back then?
I was consulting with chains of
Sorry,
stores
my nose is
who were
running.
wanting to manufacture.
Sorry, let me
wipe the
with
sweat,
fake
from the
manufacturers and not
withdrawals.
use like
You missed it.
middlemen anymore.
You missed my joke.
What?
You said your nose is running, and I said, "Where's it going?"
Oh. Oh, that's
Timing.
true, Eris.
And prior to Amy's death, did she ever tell you whether anything was causing her concern?
Yes.
Okay, what did she tell you in that regard?
This guy is such a cocaine addict.
She was really worried about an ex-boyfriend that she had a restraining order against.
Love you,
And
see.
Did she tell you why she was concerned for this ex-boyfriend?
They could give him tissues,
Yeah.
but he doesn't want to
What did
waste
she
the
tell you?
cocaine.
She said that
Without getting into details of any specific incident, just in general, what did she tell you about why she was afraid of this?
she felt like he was capable of and did physically harm her.
Objection. Objection.
I can withdraw that answer and ask another
Was
question.
that due to that question or something previously? All right.
Well, at least they caught it, but dude.
There's so much hearsay going on.
Well, no, he said she was worried that he'd unalive her, and he did.
Oh, I missed that bit.
Yeah. Sea swept. He compared him to Dr. Mommy. He compared her to Dr. Muffins in the death trial.
He did.
Oh, God, David.
He did. Hang on, who said that? Lena. Yep, he did. He did. We have proof. We do have proof of that. And we're not talking, he compared him to Dr. Mummy, not her.
Yes, him. Okay.
Or they. It could be they. He compared
However
them.
they identify.
To the following.
Yes.
She felt like he was capable, I take it to Ms. Harwick, felt like he said he was capable of doing and did do physical harm in the past. She felt like he was capable of doing physical harm will remain.
Oh,
As far as
Dave.
the doing harm in the past, there is no basis
See,
for that.
this
And
is
the
why you
court
got
will
kicked
strike
out of the
that.
Facebook group.
And so you're not to consider that at all, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So that way,
Good.
it's
Actually, you
important
didn't get kicked out. You
to
left, didn't you?
instructions with regard to that. Now, you have a stipulation read. Now, stipulation, again, ladies and gentlemen, is a fact or set of facts that the
The
attorneys
third witness
agree,
ago was a man.
will agree on whatever the stipulation may state, and you're to accept
Facts,
it as
not
facts or
evidence.
evidence as having been established by the evidence in this case. Okay, so it's not an issue at this point. If you would go ahead.
A restraining order naming Amie Harwick as a protected person was issued on April 12th, 2012, ordering Gareth Pursehouse to stay 100 yards away from her home, job, and vehicle. The restraining order expired on April 11, 2015. It was not in effect on the date of the incident.
So stipulated defense,
Was it?
prosecution.
Yes.
All right, court will accept the stipulation. Go ahead.
No, she let it lapse because he wasn't in
That
a
was a long
residence.
time
or
earlier.
any measures
Yeah.
that were taken
5 years
to
earlier.
secure the home.
Well, she hadn't run into him. I mean, I don't think he was stalking her. I think he genuinely ran into her at this event they both went to, and then he
Right.
saw her and he freaked out.
That was 3 days earlier.
Yeah. Or
Right.
no, yeah, the event was where is it?
17th.
Yeah, in January. So
Yes.
okay, a little less than a month, like 27 days later it happened.
Oh, okay. I got my months mixed up. So,
Yeah. February
Andy-
14th.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Right.
Or maybe like after midnight, so February 15th, but yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Um
So 17th and then 14th of February
yeah.
was the incident.
Yeah, 2012 they broke up. She got the restraining order and I don't see when it lapsed here. Waifu sent me a timeline. But then Price is Right fiance introduction was in 2018. They broke up August of 2018. 2019. I don't know when 2019. Okay, so the To Kill Tony podcast, I guess it was end of 2019. Huh. Okay, yeah, and then it was like all around this time. So
Okay. Yeah, okay. But they'd only seen each other for a couple of weeks, but there was no restraining order in place. There was no report to
No.
the cops. There was nothing like that going on
no.
between the decedent and the defendant
Yeah.
around that time at all. All this,
No, it had
all of that
lapsed 5
stuff was
years ago.
years earlier.
Yeah.
Years
They broke
earlier.
up in 2012, so 8 years. She
Yes.
stopped talking to him. He stopped talking to her. And
Yeah.
then they restraining order lapsed.
Yeah. So, like, the way this has sort of been talked about on Law and Crim and Court TV and all that kind of stuff, it's sounding like there was a DVO like around the time
No.
of the there's
No,
not.
he was just obsessed over her and like he went on trips and to try to get over her. And I guess he dated other women.
Wait,
but
hang
he
on, no,
couldn't
that's
trust.
conjecture. That's conjecture, isn't it?
No, well, I think somebody
Isn't that
mentioned
just-
it, but I've
Yeah,
heard,
people
I've read
people
people
thought
online
that.
who said that.
Yeah, that's what people online say, right?
I mean,
And
people
that's
claiming to be claiming to have known him.
claiming to have known him. So,
Yeah.
but we haven't heard his side yet,
No.
right? So, and we haven't heard anything except people who are trying to convict him. Correct?
True. I suppose,
Right.
yeah.
So, yeah, we haven't.
No, I just, yeah. Anyway.
Well, I mean, I'm not having a go. I'm just saying,
No, I
like, we
know.
don't know.
No, we don't.
We don't know how he felt, really.
True.
And that was years ago. That was 2015.
2012. When they broke
2015
up.
was when the DVO was.
Oh, that's when it expired.
when it expired.
Yeah, she got it shortly after they.
Right.
I may be able to get the TPO.
Sure.
Let me just keep playing this.
all
and I'll
these
look.
people might be right, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, we haven't heard his
No,
side
that's
yet,
fine.
and he has pled not guilty.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Prior
go.
to February 15, 2020.
Yes.
What did you observe or hear as far as any protective measures?
Amie had met with a handyman that I guess hadn't been working for her that long.
A handyman?
Just one time in particular, I remember they were over by the glass doors. That
God, I've seen too
happened
many
to be
cases. I
broken that
can't
evening.
remember.
And Amie
which
was
case had a
pointing it
handyman
out
in
and
it.
telling him we need to secure this. And I would just remember because I think I was eating a bowl of cereal and kind of strolled over kind of slowly, and she got
bowl
kind
of
of
cereal?
quiet, and
What kind of cereal,
felt
sir?
like she didn't want me to worry or something. I don't
surprised he
know, but I
eats.
did hear
Thank
that
you.
part.
Was it Fruit Loops?
And about how much time before February 15, 2020 was this handyman there at the house?
Can you repeat the question?
It wasn't a trick question, sir.
February 15, 2020
Okay.
is when Amie passed away. About how
Fair,
much time
Rain.
before that date was this handyman over at her
Okay,
house
thank you,
trying to
Rain.
secure these doors that you're describing?
I don't know if he got to the doors or not. I just know that conversation. I know he also.
Premeditated.
That's not what I'm asking.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to count it up. Like maybe 4 or 5, maybe times I've seen him over there. But I don't.
How many days?
So
when you
why
saw
is
the
there no
locks-
plea deal or
was
something?
he there more
Why
than
are we
once?
here?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
But this one occasion that you're describing,
they're going with special circumstances.
Mm.
So there's no chance he's getting life with a chance of parole. And even on a plea, I doubt they'd give it to him. It's pretty much open and shut. They could have potentially threatened him with the death penalty and taken it off the table if he did a plea.
I believe that's the case.
But Gavin Newsom they don't do it really in California. So
Right. Yeah.
it's not really much of a way to threaten. I know like states like Wisconsin, you just don't really do plea deals because they're going to be the same as going to trial and losing. So
he's not saying that it was an accident, is he?
he's saying that he
do we
was
know,
there,
Rain?
scared
Yeah.
her, and she like ran out of the balcony trying to get away and fell.
Oh, there we go. That's
Yeah.
That's more what I thought would be his defense.
Could be Eris, yeah.
Yeah. He actually
Well,
accidentally threw her. Maybe.
well, okay, Lefty, that's fair. Although he didn't unalive anyone, but still, yeah, that was just.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's pled not guilty for a reason.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's got a defense.
I mean, he has a defense. It's just not very good.
Oh, we'll see. Well,
he
maybe.
wasn't lying in wait to unalive her. He was lying in wait to talk with her, is what they're saying. And it accidentally happened. I mean, do I think that happened? No, but
Was he waiting in her house? Okay.
yeah, for like 4 hours, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
But was he waiting in her house to unalive her?
That's the question.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking
Looking
around,
at
Melissa.
these doors,
That's
that
cool.
occasion,
Indeed.
about how many days
True,
before
Lefty.
February 15, 2020 did that happen? Approximately. Or weeks?
It was between a week or 2.
Come on, bring back the cube
We're
stenographer.
drawing you to the date of February 14, 2020, Valentine's Day. Were you there at 28?
Well, that's a good one. So maybe he went to talk, they got into a fight. He did that. I don't know. She's into BDSM, so I mean, maybe she just got back from a freak session. I don't know. I mean, that would
I
be
don't know.
one explanation.
We'll find out.
Yeah, the
All I'm
defense
trying to
could
say
use-
is that I haven't heard the defense side yet.
No, it's not looking good for old Jer, but
It's not looking good, but
86 Mount Street that day.
That was.
Okay. Were you there from what time to what time were you there?
I was there all day.
And did you go to sleep at a certain point in time?
Several times, yes.
And why is that?
because you need to
been
sleep.
up Working.
Did he just
Dumb
ask
question.
why he went to sleep?
Do you remember when you
that
at
is a
what time you
super
went
dumb
to sleep?
question.
Which time? Yeah.
Well, you tell me what time was the first time you fell asleep?
It was probably towards the I think it was close to morning on Friday morning because Thursday
I
night.
can't believe you just asked him why
Friday
he went
night
to
to
sleep.
China. So
You should have just been like, I was tired.
remember being
I
to catch their Friday night.
I don't live on
that-
I
light.
fell asleep towards that morning.
It's just the dumbest question
So
I've ever
on
heard
Valentine's
in
Day, you
court.
fell asleep in the morning.
Yeah.
So do you remember how long you were asleep in the morning? Until you woke up?
I woke up several times, like to use the bathroom or get something to eat.
Do some cocaine.
Well, how long was your longest amount of time that you slept in the morning?
Probably.
Oh
3 or
my
4
God,
hours,
dude.
Maybe.
How many?
3 or 4 hours, maybe.
Now let's take you more closer to, let's say
There's-
after 6 p.m.
There's
Did
a
you fall
better
asleep?
way to explain his sleep schedule. I get his sleep schedule is important, trying to tie in when he heard noises and everything, but just why did you go to sleep?
Why did you go to sleep? How dare you?
How many
go to
times did you
sleep?
go to sleep? When? Once at a time.
Sleep after 6 p.m.
Grown.
Around then.
Did something wake you up after that time?
Yeah.
Desire for cocaine.
And what was that?
Well, I don't know what it was. It sounded like
Somebody in my stash.
a glass like plate falling upstairs. is
His
what I thought it
cocaine
was.
plate, like Scarface.
Now I have a CD here. Your
He's got a
Honor,
mirror.
two 3D videos, one labeled lower level and one labeled upper
He has a
level.
spidey sense for when his cocaine is in trouble.
17.
17.
Yeah.
Um,
Are we doing this?
he's also
Sidebar.
like wiping sweat off his face and looks very awkward. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
After these messages from our sponsors.
Maybe that's it, Dave.
Yeah. Remember to spay and neuter your pets. That was a Bob Barker
Now let's
reference.
play the first video clip from People 17. And this is labeled the lower level. And I ask you to look at it and let me know if this fairly accurately represents what the lower level looked back on February 15, 2020.
What was that?
Wait until the video has played completely. I should
Oh,
have
look at
it
that.
right here.
Cool. Is that a demonstrative of the apartment?
One second. Yeah, 1 second.
Or the house? Maybe I'll just turn off the overlay for a minute.
I'm going to pause it at about 1 second. Do you see the structure at this point?
Yes.
Okay, it appears that the roof has been taken off so you can see onto the third level.
Yes.
Does it show a second level here?
Lower level floor plan.
Is it off to the left? You can see part of it.
Yes, it's off to the left, next to the garage doors.
And could you see
part of the second level where you see the French doors that would lead into what?
Into the, I guess, the main living room area.
I don't want you to guess. I
Well,
want you to,
yeah, depends what you call it, but yeah, I would call it a main living room area.
I'm going to
Would
continue
you know?
playing.
The defendant looks up. Lower level floor plan. Wow, it's a nice house. Very nice.
Pause it right here.
Is it
This is
on
15
some sort of
seconds, and
seabed?
It appears to be, if you're looking at the front of the home, it would be the right side. Right? If you're facing the front of the home, it would be on the right
I
side.
wonder why it
You see
lives on
there
the
appears to be
roof.
a door on the second floor. You see that?
Yes.
What, that door leads
So I've
to
been
where?
turning the overlay off and on so that we can
I don't know if
see,
you have a laser pointer or-
because they have this interesting diagram / 3D generated model.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good
See this,
demonstrative.
Demonstrative.
right here, what appears to
And I
be
do
Making
like the
noises.
term
door
demonstrative.
on, if you're facing the front of the home on this 3D image, it would be on the right side of the home, right?
Babu.
Yes.
So this
Hey.
door right here that I'm pointing to, what does that lead to?
Babu, come and look at the demonstrative.
Okay, so that leads it to the kitchen. Hey,
Sorry, it's on my kitchen.
and does that door, when you exit that door, are there stairs that lead from that door out into the patio?
Yes.
And continue playing this video.
Check it out. It's like
Pause it there.
spinning.
So I pause it at
Fun.
22 seconds. Are you able to see the stairs that lead from that kitchen door out into the patio?
Yes.
We should have a little dog out there. And like some little people all like
And I'll
sniffing
pause it
lines.
now at 25 seconds. And can you describe whether your bedroom can it be seen here?
Yes.
Can you just point out
Where?
the door that would lead to your bedroom on?
I'll have to set up my other cam.
Okay, on this image that I stopped at
Lefty,
25 seconds,
damn
they
it.
pointed to a blue door that appears to be in the middle of what appears to be the white portion of the back of the house at the lower level.
Yes.
And what are the windows? Which are the windows
There's
to your
nothing there
bedroom?
to show.
This one, and this one.
Okay, and you pointed to two windows to the right of that blue door that you had just pointed to, and then a window to the side of the building on, if you're
You
facing,
sure?
the viewer
It
facing
looks,
out from
if
looking at
it's
the back of the
land,
building, it would
they
be on
should
the right
not
side.
make it blue, reindeer.
Oh, Trump's Georgia trial looks like it's going to be televised.
Oh, yeah. We're all going to be rich.
Yeah. You know, how
Yeah.
much grifting
Yeah.
is going to go on.
Yeah. You know what? People are going to watch our channels.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Well, some. Or we'll be on with David.
Yeah, true. Might get some subs out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think people might be watching, you know, Ricada.
Ricada.
at some
Yeah,
point for that
that's
one.
true.
I don't think people are going to watch Little Old Us.
Oh, that is true, Matt. Well, it hasn't. Yeah, shit. It may be.
Federal court.
Yeah, if
months
it's
to go to
federal
channels.
court, it almost guaranteed won't be televised.
Well, didn't you just say it would be televised?
Well, it's currently in Georgia
Oh,
state, and state courts will. The judge has to approve, but will televise. But
Yeah.
they don't televise
Right.
federal trials.
federal. Right. Okay, but
But they're trying to move the trial to federal court.
right. And if you were to go to prison,
Yeah,
federal prison is really lovely. Yeah,
true.
It's
It
like
is better.
going to a resort.
Although he will still have Secret Service protection.
Yes.
And he'll
Oh,
still run
Melissa
for
Jane.
president.
He's still run for president. Ah,
Thank you, Melissa.
thanks, Melissa Jane. You've watched it here. That's so nice of you.
Yes.
So
But yeah, I mean,
kind.
he can't, I mean, unless he's charged with or convicted of insurrection, which is absurd. then there could be legal issues. But, I'm not sure on that matter. You may be right. I don't know. But he may possibly, win from behind bars. And then he would be free for 4 years and then have to go back.
Oh, is that how it works?
I believe so.
Right. So you don't just run the country from
No.
prison?
No.
Because that would be like a comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Orange is the
would
New
be-
Black sequel.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
Yeah. And he can pardon. Well, it's never, I mean, this situation has never happened before in our history. So theoretically, he could pardon himself for federal charges, but not Georgia or not state charges.
That's true, Eris. That's true. It's just be like, okay, forget everything else. Like Johnny and Amber are going back to court, but who cares?
Only federal charges, David, not state charges. And the governor of the state, well, I don't think the governor of Georgia, I don't think they allow him to unanimously pardon someone. But yeah, it would be really. And the funny thing is, like, well, for now, Lefty, he's going to keep trying to delay it. And they're being it's really BS the way they're doing it. Trying to rush this trial. But I don't even know what I was saying. I completely forgot my point. So let's just continue.
I'm going to continue playing the video. I'm going to pause it right here.
Someone got their new Adobe
that
package.
28 seconds.
I think that's probably AutoCAD, but yeah.
Okay,
Now,
I couldn't think
If you
of the
were to
name.
face the front of the building looking at the house, this would be on the left side, correct?
For sure.
Yes.
And here, there appears to be like a sectional showing, is there a sectional showing the mid-level?
Yes.
And appears to be a staircase that leads up to the third level?
Yes.
Okay, and is that staircase, is that near the front door?
Yes.
I'm continuing to play the video and I'll just play the remainder of it. I'm going to ask you if the video is going to show the lower level where you had your bedroom back on February 15, 2020. I'm going to pause it right here. You see what's highlighted at 1 minute and 3 seconds when I stop the video?
Yes.
Are those the stairs that lead up to the mid-level?
They are.
And what's highlighted now in pink at 105, would that be your bathroom?
Yes.
What's highlighted now at 1 minute and 13 seconds, is that the utility room or what kind of room is that?
Laundry room, utility room.
Would you have laundry machines there?
Yes.
You continue to play the video. And now at 1 minute and 20 seconds, there appears to be a room to the left highlighted. And whose room is that?
That's my room.
I can hear the fan on his computer,
And is this,
or maybe a CD.
diagram showing at 1 minute and 20 seconds?
Oh,
Does
it could be a
reflect
CD.
The dimensions
Yeah.
of your
Yeah.
room, the bathroom,
But-
the utility room, and the staircase?
It sounds like a CD. Why don't you have a freaking jump drive, dude?
Ooh, listen to it.
I
Wow.
know, like, dude, it's 2023. A jump
Yeah,
drive is
why
like
did
$2.
That's weird. Can you make them better
I'm gonna stop this here. I'll play the
graphics?
second video, which is
Look,
Do you have
I'm-
AutoCAD?
the upper level.
I do.
Recognize what
That's not really my forte though.
Yeah. That's hard.
Well, no, it's not that it's. I'm a graphic designer. I'm not a architect or a engineer.
Yeah. I don't know. I've
So-
tried to make designs to for mills and whatnot.
When I do layout, I do my layout on the XY axis, so I make
Yeah.
everything perfect to the
Yeah,
to
that
the millimeter.
axis.
Yes.
But then you have
However,
to add the Z axis, and it's
yeah, I'm not a 3D designer,
Yeah.
so that's not. I can do this, but it's not my thing.
yeah. I have
would leave
design
it
parts. It
to
just
a-
took forever.
It's impossible here.
Yeah, I
In the
would leave
program,
this to
57 seconds.
an
It
architect
appears to be a
or
layout of the third.
engineer.
You recognize that layout?
Yes.
Have you been up to the third floor before?
Yes.
Did it have what appears, the room at the bottom?
You think they're going to use this video on Zillow?
It was like a
If
media
they go to
room
sell
she
the
made
house?
out of a bedroom.
Is the general
I
size of
see,
it?
swear,
there enough
funny.
representation here?
Yeah.
And then what's between that room and what's the next room next to that?
There's a bathroom. Yeah.
Was there a hallway in front of the bathroom?
Oh boy, he is really
And
hurting.
then what's looking at this image going to the top? What
When is
that?
court done?
That's her bedroom.
And then outside of her bedroom, what will we find?
He's going to do an Amber Heard any moment.
I guess there's a closet and bathroom.
No, I'm talking about outside her bedroom.
Stairs. A balcony.
And to the left, what is that?
That's the stairway balcony up to and balcony up to the third level.
I did not ask this. Next to her bedroom,
Mhm.
what's to the left of that?
That looks like a closet. Yeah, it's her closet.
Thanks, Gene.
So, you said you heard what sounded like what? What breaking?
Like a
My Coke
like a-
plate.
a dish or glass dish like falling to the floor.
Cocaine was in
And
trouble.
where were you when you heard this?
I was downstairs.
Did it wake you up, or were you already awake when you heard the sound?
No, it woke me up.
It was that loud?
Yeah.
So you wake up to this sound. It sounds like something's breaking. And what do?
I picked a
First
lousy
I
day to
wait
quit
and listen,
cocaine.
and because I thought Amy
1.25.
dropped a plate, or maybe the
Surely you
cat
can't
had
be
knocked the plate
serious.
over. And then I heard what I thought was Amy cleaning it up and walking over my bedroom.
To steal my cocaine, the whore.
3D video still showing the front of two properties, but this marked people's next in order. to
Yes, see.
There's 18. All right. So you heard like it sounded like something was clean, or that Amy was cleaning it up.
Yeah,
Depends on
it
the drum.
sounded like it was footsteps coming from the area where it sounded like the glass dropped, which sounded like the living room.
This just got even more fancy.
Steps came towards the kitchen, so I just assumed Amy had cleaned it up and was carrying it to the kitchen.
So at this point, you didn't know whether Amy was in the home or whether she had found someone.
No, yeah.
And what happened after that?
Expecting this guy's nose to just collapse any moment now.
I know.
He's going to have like a
Did you go back to
deviated
sleep?
septum.
I might have checked some emails, might have watched some TV and dozed back off.
His nose is going to start
I said
bleeding.
I might have watched some more TV,
Yeah.
watched some
He's like-
TV, or
Scarface, my favorite movie.
Got something to eat, and then dozed off eventually.
Speculation.
Dozed
All
off.
right, and the way he's
Just gonna get into a deep
Let me
sleep.
go. Let me get this done.
Distracted. You don't exactly remember what you did, sir?
I know he snorted some coke.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
We just don't want you to guess.
well,
So if you don't know, just say you don't know.
I ate, I watched some TV, and I
Shelley,
slept.
Okay,
You
you're
don't
sure
want to
of that?
watch it,
Yes.
trust me.
And so after
And
you
used
did
the
that,
bathroom.
did something else happen?
I realized I ran out of coke. Thought I had another
Did
eighth
something
left.
else happen when I
Did
did that?
something cause you to wake up, or for you to do something?
Well,
Dude.
later that night, yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
I assumed was
He's got a
Amy
full
screaming.
syringe full of
Tell the
cocaine.
jury what exactly is it that you heard?
Shelley.
sounded like Amy's voice screaming,
Shelly.
like blood curdling screams.
Could you tell what she was screaming?
It was just loud. It screams.
You know women.
I thought she saw a mouse, literally. Like,
A mouse?
as crazy as that sounds.
A mouse?
The only time I've heard a girl scream like that was like.
Oh, so he thought she heard a mouse.
What was so distinctive about the way it sounded to you that Amie was screaming? What was so
What did he
distinctive?
just say? Only time I heard a girl scream like that is when?
Blood curdling screams.
Could you tell what she was screaming?
It was just loud. It screams. I thought she saw a mouse, literally. Like, as crazy as that sounds.
A mouse.
That's like the only time I've heard a girl scream like that. It's like, it was, yeah.
What was so distinctive about the way?
I thought he was going to say something sexual.
Oh.
Damn it.
Come on, dude. But like,
come
so
on,
he ran out of the
Chris.
house like a little girl shrieking for help because he thought she saw a mouse.
A mouse? You could do
Eat the
better.
mouse.
You could do better than that.
Seriously, who's scared of a mouse? Oh my god.
That was so disappointing.
Fair, but still.
It sounded to you that Amie was screaming. What was so distinctive about it?
Well, it threw me because she wasn't being jostled. Like she was screaming from one place. So that's kind of what made me take a little while. I'm like thinking she saw a mouse or something. It's not moved. It's not moving, being jostled. I just
thinking of that South Park episode where they put
took a minute to
penis grown on a mouse.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody's
how to
just
describe
shrieking,
it, but
"Eek
it
a
was blood-curdling
penis!"
Screams. It was just.
Well, let me ask you this: were you asleep when you first heard the screams, or were you awake when you heard the screams?
Oh, I was asleep.
So the screams woke you up.
Oh, big time, yeah.
What do you mean by big time?
Well, yeah.
Oh my God.
Like
Big.
hard and quick, like adrenaline pumping.
Stop talking about his fucking sleep.
And you said they were blood curdling screams.
Yeah.
What
Blood
else? Were you able to hear?
curdling. It's curdling.
Well, when I yelled up there, I yelled her name up there.
Well, tell us exactly. Say it the way you said it that night. What did you say?
Well, it took me a minute to realize there was something really wrong, and I
It was a
to my
rat.
door, and I just yelled up there, Amie, just
Amy,
yelled,
shut the fuck up. I'm trying to sleep.
Amy.
And when you yelled it that way,
Amy, just yelled,
Well, how-
walked to my door.
Do you
and
like
I
the
just yelled
pineapple,
up there,
Shelley?
Amy, just yelled.
how about you yell it the way you yelled it that day?
Amy.
And when you yelled it that way, was she
Wow.
screaming before you yelled it that way?
Yes.
And where were you standing when you yelled Amie in the fashion you just did here in court?
No, say it how he said it.
Where were you when you yelled out Amie the way you did here in court?
Yeah, I think I was in my doorway.
Ah,
when that
nice,
happened.
Matt.
Gonna have
Another exhibit with pages.
Oh, I think he's blinking in Morse code.
Photos. Yes.
Yeah, it's on normal speed. I think he's blinking SOS.
You made this remark.
Need
Executive
cocaine.
Order number 19.
Yes, 19A3, and with that, council, we're going to take a recess. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's be back tomorrow at 9:30. Have a safe evening.
I can't believe that he yelled like that.
I know.
That was odd. This is so Hollywood.
Yeah, well, he's in withdrawals.
Speak the
It's
say
gonna be
the
really,
line like you said it at the time. Say it.
it's
Say the
gonna be
line.
really interesting to see him tomorrow.
Hope he doesn't keep
gets
going in
right.
with withdrawal between now and then.
Well, I mean, I think it's best if he does, but
Well, that could be interesting. But
I mean, just for his sake.
for his sake, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But God, he didn't look well, did he?
No.
He really didn't look well. Like he was struggling. Struggle
Yeah,
town.
I've gone into withdrawals from painkillers when I couldn't get them and I was addicted. I mean, that shit
Yeah.
is brutal.
Yeah. Look, I don't. He probably okay because witnesses generally have to sit around for a while, right?
Yeah, they try to accommodate you, but usually you have to sit for like 1, 2, 3 hours sometimes.
Yeah,
And then
and
just
like it's
wait.
not like he can like bring his gear in, and
Well, yeah, I'm not sure if he's in a hallway. He could go to like the bathroom, although they probably search you. They search you when you go into the courthouse. Like you have to put all your stuff through an X-ray. So maybe he didn't want to chance it.
yeah, look, he might be on probation or something like that. You
Yeah.
never know. Like he could have some reason why he didn't want to take the risk. And
Yeah.
also he may not have known that he was going to be hanging out for so long.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't time it right.
Yeah, he just didn't think about it. Probably thought he would be outgone,
Yeah.
you know. And so yeah, he was sitting around, and by the time he got to actually be on the stand, it was last of the
Yeah.
day, and was not feeling too good by then.
No. Yeah, it was
And
late in the day, so
he was last, yeah.
yeah.
And
He's probably told
these
after
things,
lunch.
yeah, after
and
lunch, yeah.
So be there, noon or 1 o'clock.
He could have been told to be there at the beginning of the day and could be on any time.
Although he could have left during lunch to get some in his car.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? All I know is that looks like a man in withdrawal to me.
Yeah. For sure.
For sure. Anyway.
So yeah, that's
that
it for
was super
today.
fun. And we're going to probably cop the wrath of David later, I would say. But it's all Shizzy's fault.
It is.
It is 100% Shizzy's fault.
Let's see if David has responded yet. No, not
Yes,
yet.
let's
I don't
see.
think.
For those who missed it, basically what happened was there was a lovely, a lovely lady on the trial on the stand
that David was quite smitten with.
Well, he liked her. I wouldn't say he was smitten.
Physically smitten.
He quite thought she was somewhat attractive.
He didn't like her voice.
He didn't like her voice.
He did like her hair and her feminine features.
Yeah, he said, and I think he said that she could probably teach him some things.
A few things, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so Shizzy was in chat saying that that's a dude. And we were like, nah, surely not.
Pulled up her video. And
Well, but hang on, wait, back up. So Shizzy was DMing me and going, yeah, it's definitely a dude, and sent me a article about it. And I was like, no. And so I sent him a link to come in. And yeah, turns out that the chick in the center of the photo, do we have it? Do we still have it?
I can pull it up in a sec. Maybe.
Dirk.
Yeah, this lovely lady in the middle.
Yeah. So yeah, that girly there. Girly is loose term for her. Yeah. Her name is Miss Tosh, is it?
That's her drag name.
Yeah, that'll do.
She's got another one, goes by. Where is it? Believe it or not, I have not bookmarked it yet.
Oh, really?
Her
thank
name
you, Dirk.
is Aubrey Kate, for anybody who is interested. Go ahead and Google Aubrey Kate. You can find her on all the hubs. You can find her giving and receiving, let's just say. She's a giver and a lover. For the record, Mads, I was doing this for research for you people. Okay. I couldn't pull it up on channel because David had already used my one strike for nudity. And I wanted to make sure that it was trans. So for the joke, I had to pull it up. Phrasing, I know. No, I didn't get a strike. I went in and censored it, and it's probably not even going to be a problem because there's only like 2 seconds, but YouTube, so
You never know what could happen in this
yes.
big wide world. Anyway, so that was fun.
Yes.
And we'll see how David reacts to that. He's generally got a good sense of humor about these
I'm
things.
sure he'll take it in stride.
I'm sure he will.
He'll take it.
Yeah. But it does explain as oh no. Okay, please. No. That's fine.
It's not hard to find her. Let's just say that.
It's okay. How about not?
That's true, Left. That is true, Lefty. That is a very good point.
Okay, but that's actually female, right? I don't think he wants any elephants as they're called.
Elephants in the room.
On his stream. Yeah. See, David was assuming that.
No, he had Travis as well.
The witness was all female. So, and it does explain the voice.
Yes.
It absolutely 100% explains the voice. So, yeah. Anyway, that was fun, wasn't it?
Indeed. Very fun.
Wasn't it very fun?
Educational.
She's actually a very sweet person, and I mean no disrespect to her. Who are we talking about? Doug?
The woman, I mean, or
The
actress.
Okay.
I'm sure she's very sweet.
I'm sure.
Probably eats a lot of pineapple.
I'm glad you're on this side, Sea Swept. That's cool. I'm glad, and I've noticed that people are really like going between the two chats. It's very nice. Thank you.
Thank you guys
for doing that. Everyone's being really supportive of this whole like dual streaming thing and making sure that everyone's spreading the likes out and the watch time out and all that kind of stuff. And me especially being brand new to this and having sort of utilizing this opportunity to get a little bit of new subs and some watch hours. I really, really big time appreciate it, guys. So thank you. And thank you, DALI, wherever you are, left, right.
Thank you.
I don't really understand how it works with the whole mirroring thing, but
yeah.
Thank you to my co-host.
To my left.
My co-host.
Yeah. So we will be back tomorrow, I guess.
Oh, gee.
Mo will. Thank you, Jean. You are a wonderful mod. Thank you so much.
I scored big time getting Jean today. How's that?
Yes, you did.
Please come back, Jean.
She never responded to my text today.
Oh.
I know. I was trying to get an interview with her.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I asked her.
Oh, you're talking about Jean or Aubrey Kate?
Aubrey Kate.
Oh. Okay.
I know. Anywho, yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow, probably same time. Mo in the deep end will be streaming the morning.
Yes, she will.
Yeah, check her out and subscribe to EU as well. And Mo.
Oh, I have one little tiny bit of news.
Okay.
And I'm about to put up a thumbnail today.
Okay.
On Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, will be the long-awaited live about the dingo ate my baby.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it's going to be exciting, and David's coming. I hope you're coming, Sal.
Yeah.
I think Jamie will come, and
yeah, we're all going to come.
Another special guest.
Yes, we're all going to come.
Everyone's going to come, and there's going to be so much.
I saw her OnlyFans was $3.50 a month, and I thought, wow, that's really cheap for a woman.
Is it?
Now I know.
How do you know that, Sal? How do you
Because
know
my-
that's cheap for a woman?
Well, my best friend in high school was in Playboy, Penthouse. She was on the cover of Penthouse, actually. And she does OnlyFans. I don't subscribe
How do you know that then?
because I know
How
her.
do you know how do you know the pricing structure?
You just go to the page and it's the first thing they say how much it is.
So you go there often?
No, I don't subscribe. You can find all this OnlyFans content you want on Google anyways.
I see.
You're a simp if you subscribe.
Oh, you're a simp, right? Because of your research, right?
Yeah, but I don't pay for it. I'm not a degenerate.
No.
I don't pay for one. Thank you very much. You know,
Anyway.
I try to educate you people and you just give me grief. And nobody's going to be like, oh, you know a girl that was on the cover of Penthouse? But no, you just go into, oh, you know her OnlyFans. Anyways. Guys, David was sexually attracted to a man today. Okay, can we focus on that? Can we
We're past
redirect?
that now. We're past that now.
Yeah. David found a man attractive. I know, see. Anyways, all right. It's been a long day.
It's been fun. Today's been great.
It has.
This is an awesome trial. I love it. Score.
Well, yeah. Well, and one of you, Dirk, was the one who brought up her OnlyFans model or OnlyFans content.
You took that down. I'm putting it back up.
Thank you. God.
It would be funnier if Dave was here,
I
but
know. Or Jamie.
you know, he'll be here tomorrow probably. It's
Hopefully.
fine. It's fine.
Anyways, yeah. We'll be
Okay.
back tomorrow.
We will be back tomorrow with more hilarity and some real testimony in between the hilarity. But yeah, it's a
Yes.
great trial. I love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of
I love
fun.
it. It is.
So yeah, we
Thank you
will.
for being here, everybody.
Yes.
Don't forget to press the like on your way out if you haven't already. And if you haven't subbed to either of us, both of
Please
us,
do.
then what you doing? What you doing? Hey? Hey?
All right, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Bye. You got to end it.
I know.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Jerry. Jeez. Wow.